Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you. Sentinel Storage, proudly Canadian and proud sponsor of the 2023 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Sometimes curling just isn't as fun as it can be on the Nintendo Switch. With up to 4 players per console, you can enjoy curling with your friends and family anywhere, anytime. Let's play curling. Available now only on Nintendo Switch.
And then this is lightning. Yeah.
Welcome to Championship Final Sunday here at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. We have Team Scheidegger facing off against Team Skrlik. Team Skrlik finished their round robin with a perfect 7-0 record. Facing off against Team Scheidegger with a 6-1 record, advancing to the final game here through route of the semi-final win over Team Sturmay last night. I have Jeff Hoffert here in the booth with myself, Jason Ginter. Happy to commentate the broadcast here for you, Jeff. What do you think we're going to see between these two teams today?
Well, it's going to be a good game. Watching this week, both these teams have been the class of the field, and it's fitting that they're in the final. Both are super accomplished, had great seasons, and I think we're going to see a really good curling game this morning.
As Taylor McDonald slides out of the house here, throwing the first stone for Team Scheidegger. We'll go through the lineups you'll likely see here today. So we have Team Scheidegger representing the Lethbridge Curling Club. We have lead Taylor McDonald, second Jesse Hyen, third Kate Hogan, and skip Casey Scheidegger. Throwing the red stones, we have lead Ashton Skrlik, second Jerry Lynn Ramsey, third Brittany Tran, and skip Kayla Skrlik. Representing the Glencoe Club in Calgary, Alberta.
You got it.
So we got a guard going up early. It looks like Team Scheidegger wants to get after it.
15.5.
Yeah, just watching a lot of the curling this week, it seems like these two teams have absolutely separated themselves from the rest of the field. Obviously, Kayla Skrlik with her shiny record of 7-0, and Casey Scheidegger just having the one blip on the bingo card there against Team Kayla Skrlik on Thursday night. These two teams played off in draw 4 of action, with Kayla Skrlik, I think, winning in about 8 ends, 9-3. So Kayla has had some success against Casey this year, and I think she's played them 3 times this year, winning all 3 matchups. So Kayla has had success against Casey. However, Casey, I think she brings the experience to this matchup that maybe Kayla doesn't have.
Well, Casey's been in this game and won this game before, and her and Jesse and on different teams, Kate and Taylor have also done that. So the experience all the way through the lineup matters in a final. So we'll see if there's some jitters with Team Skrlik, or if this first time that they're in this kind of space, if that's going to affect them or not. But they have gone through this competition undefeated, and when you do that, you're obviously playing well.
Top 4.
As both teams are looking like they're ready to go early, with the center guard coming up and the come around made, we already have a few rocks in play. You know, these teams aren't shy. They're going right after each other right off the get-go.
I think that'll help Team Skrlik. They're not afraid of Team Scheidegger, obviously, this season, beating them 3 times. So I think this might calm the nerves, if anything. opposed to having a wide open end to get their feet under them. They've gone undefeated in this competition so far, so they're ready to play, and they're proving that here in the first end.
We're to it.
We're really
we're back.
under curling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You go, whoa, you have to leave it high. Whoa!
Don't.
Now, Jeff, you had mentioned jitters with Team Skrlik as a potential here as they play this final game. Obviously, they've gone through the round robin unscathed, but we did see signs of it in that last end in draw number 7 against Team Sturmey. Kayla Skrlik had an opportunity to just remove Team Sturmey stone to win the game, and threw it a little bit wide, and there was a bit of a miss there, and some nerves and frustration shown afterwards. I don't expect that to pop in, but there's always the possibility in a game where you really haven't been before. This is the first time the final of the Alberta Scotties.
Yeah, and you could see it when that shot wasn't made, that there was some frustration down the lineup, and this team is well coached, so I'm sure they reset after that, and they've had time to prepare for this game, so I'm sure they've discussed that, and they're ready. They look ready. They don't seem like they're jittered so far. So
yeah, as that come around draw comes up short there from Jesse High, and it's just really giving Team Skrlik an opportunity to put the pedal down early with the hammer,
We're all there, I think.
throwing their third rock into the house behind those center guards.
To it! Line's good!
Easy throw line, easy throw line. Me. I think we're really close. It should go.
Sprint! Knife it. Hard, keep going.
So the facility here at Co-op Place here in Wetaskawin, Alberta, has been just a fantastic atmosphere for these curlers. We've had Matt Yo, head ice tech. His ice has been fantastic, running around 15 seconds for most of the week to the tee line. Lots of curl, and as the week has gone on, it seemed like the ice has at least changed for the better. It might have been a hair quick early, and I think we're now seeing it settle down to a pretty manageable number for these curlers. I'd expect them to zone in on draw 8 really early here and make for some great curling.
Yeah, if anything, what we're seeing so far in this first end is a couple of under curls, and ice is traditionally straighter in a final. When you're the only game out there, the rocks have been used all week. They tend to straighten up just a little bit, so we might be seeing that, and I'm sure both teams will recognize that and adjust accordingly.
Weight's good, little quiet.
Yep.
Weight's down.
Yep.
This is a big shot from Jesse here.
Hard, gotta go.
Hard, Kate, hard. Whoa. Good. Okay.
Great shot from Jesse High in there to remove one stone and have another one flop into the 8-foot.
That was a team shot right there. Good line call, getting Kate on that early and head down. Kate got that barely by the guard, and that was massive, because if that ticks the top, it would have been a draw to sit 4 with hammer, which probably isn't how Team Scheidegger drew it up this morning when they wanted to start the game.
So obviously Team Scheidegger had the opportunity to play on this sheet of ice last night, with the only game being out there on the sheet in the semifinals against Team Sturmey. Do you think that that'll help Team Scheidegger, or would you have preferred to have the night off and had the bye to the final?
Well, if you're ever given the option to have the bye and go straight to the final, you're going to take it, because you can't risk playing in that game and not winning. But if you are in that game, it tends to be a bit of a benefit. It tends to be that momentum builder coming into the final, and like you mentioned, the fact you get to see the ice, you might get to play with the same rocks, and yeah, the momentum coming in, winning that semi can be huge. But if you're given the option, you're not taking it. You're taking the night off.
Team Skrlik would have had the opportunity to throw yesterday, as they had the full day off essentially after that first round robin draw. So at least they wouldn't be, rusty. At least they've had the chance to throw at least another time, and
Bring it back.
they've also been able to have the opportunity to pick the rocks they were able to throw today, so they'll be pretty comfortable with those.
Okay, that works. I think we're going nose.
So trying to roll over in front of the red rock, that rock just over curled a hair.
If you get like a hair roll your way, Ash, that's perfect, because then it's edge to edge.
Brittany Tran here throwing her first stone in this final game.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Clean. Close. Yep. 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 Right to it. Yep. Whoa, it's already rolling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No roll. Roll. Nice.
And a nice hit and roll right behind those staggered center guards. Leaves red sitting 2. Team Kayla Skrlik sitting 2 in the house. With Casey Scheidegger calling the freeze on that rock in the tee line.
You got it. Okay.
Yeah, well done there by Brittany. That was a nice little roll. This does leave the opportunity for Team Scheidegger to shrink the scoring zone and come right on top of it. But any misstep here from Kate will leave the door wide open for Team Skrlik.
Rim. Really close. Rim. Top 8. Okay, hard then. Hard, hard. Right to it, Jess. Line's great.
Go, Jess, go.
Hard to it. Hard, Jess. Hard, Jess.
More.
Come on, Jess.
Fully,
Go, 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 go.
Hard,
Fight 4, go, Jess. Go, go, go.
So with Jessie and Taylor on this all the way
Atta girl.
right to the face of the Kayla Skrlik stone.
That's your get out of jail free card right there. That rock is likely not going anywhere for the rest of the end, and now they have basically just the pinhole for their second point, so that scoring zone's drastically shrunk. Good shot by Kate. Good sweep.
Speed's nice here. I just got
Taylor and Jessie.
Now yesterday we saw Kayla Skrlik when she saw those guards up when she was playing with the lead. She was very quick to go up and peel those guards. You'll see here now that she's tied with the hammer, she's elected to just draw in on top of those rocks. So a bit of a change in strategy between her game yesterday and her game today.
Yep. Hard. 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 Ashton. Go, go, go. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Bounce it off. Hard, hard, hard. 8.
As this one just comes up short, it bounces off the center guard, leaving that wall of center guards. Lucky for Kayla, she still is shot rock.
Good sweep. I didn't think we were there. I looked at her, just don't want to get running, and I was like, no, we're full 12.
Yeah, it's decision time for Team Scheidegger. They have the force right now. There is the outturn draw to the pinhole on the right side as we look at it, but I think they're just going to play it safe here and eliminate the red rock. We heard them say just in case they get 3 somehow.
Can they get shot off that? No.
So I think this is the safe play.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Then I like the draw. Okay. Just top button. Yeah. Even if I'm
Oh, they're switching gears. They're going to try to get there first.
I think a little more, Kate.
I think if Casey is able to make this shot, this is going to be a huge confidence shot for her in the first end. First draw, if she can place this one right on the tee line, this will set her up for the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely. You get the chance to throw a pretty well inconsequential draw. She has lots of margin on this. The miss is light because she wants to be in the way, so Kayla can't follow the same path down. But you make a great point. When your skip can get draw weight early, it's always a benefit.
Yep. Yeah, line. Yeah, line.
Pick her up right away.
Tight. Keep it moving. Halfway tight. Yep, yep. Keep it moving. Rub off
This
the hair,
one
rub off
is
the hair.
coming up quite short.
Yep, yep, yep.
Seems like the speed of the ice is catching both teams early.
Yeah, they might be anticipating it to be faster than it is.
Right there, but we can't be deep. And if we're deep, we have to take it back.
I'm not sure that's far enough over to take away the path to the button that Kayla has.
Yeah. Full 4, fighting the button is perfect. Yeah. Speed should be nice here. Yeah. Should be pretty similar to when you're
Kayla Skrlik, a great story all week with her 7-0 record, advancing directly to the final here. She's made a few of these throughout the week. I'd imagine she'd be pretty close.
Well, and not only are they undefeated, they're playing really well. They aren't just beating teams either. They're crushing them. So Like watching them all
Line's
week,
close.
they're executing at a
Line
super
all
high
right.
level. It's been really impressive.
We're all there. We're through. Okay, Kayla.
Now maybe after Kayla watched a few rocks fall short, she gave that an extra bit of gas as this one goes down to the back of the 12-foot.
That's okay. Where did I
Could have been the
have it?
classic over adjustment.
I think that looks really good to me.
I anticipate this one's going to be close. When you give a player of Casey Scheidegger's caliber the same shot twice, chances are she's going to make it the second time.
It's a better throw here. I think if I'm even just a little sharper, it'll run nicer.
I think so.
Yeah. But still a little more, hey?
Yeah, like 2 feet.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay.
You got it.
Casey Scheidegger with her final stone in the first end.
Okay, line's better, top button. Like better throw. Close. Close.
Roll there.
Wait till then. Running. Line's getting good. Yes.
Sweeper's careful with it early, but it has really jumped. It is curling towards that center line. Trying to get by the guards. And they do. They just need the weight now.
Hard. Go, 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 go.
And a great sweep from Taylor McDonald there.
Right there.
Places that rock right in the top of the 4-foot, but it still is Kayla Skrlik with shot rock.
I think that rock did its job. I think this draw for 2 is, if possible, very difficult. And I'm not sure it's possible. She has to basically touch the button and come around that rock that was just thrown by Casey Scheidegger in the top 4-foot. If it's there, it's incredibly difficult. We'll see.
A couple of knives past their yellow. Okay. Because we're taking quite a bit of ice. Yeah. I think 6 feet less in this path. Yeah, I agree. You got it. Take your time.
Last stone here, a draw for 2 for Kayla Skrlik.
We're good. Yep. Yep, line. Gotta go wait.
Brittany Tran and Ashton Skrlik hard on this one, trying to get it to the T line and by that yellow guard, or yellow top 4 rock, and it does not get by. So it is a score of 1 for Team Skrlik in the first end. So they take the lead into the second. Team Scheidegger will have the hammer as we come back.
Nice.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Welcome back to our championship final here at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. We are here in second end action. Team Skrlik being forced to 1 point in the first. Our second end will be brought to you by our title sponsor, Sentinel Storage. Sentinel Storage has a great history in Alberta. From their humble beginnings in 1998, they have grown into the trusted leader in the self-storage industry. As a Canadian company, Sentinel Storage is passionate about supporting communities through sports, whether that be grassroots sports teams or professional sports teams. Curling Alberta thanks Sentinel Storage for their dedication to our female athletes here and their ongoing partnership of curling in Alberta. Thank you to Sentinel Storage.
So a bit of a different start to this end. We saw in the first end with Team Scheidegger throwing the first rock. They chose to put up the guard. Potentially a more aggressive play, and then Team Skrlik this end, putting it in the house. Unfortunately, Taylor McDonald's rock overcurled a little bit, leaving that stone in the top 4 foot. But it's just a different approach from the two teams. A little bit more conservative from Team Skrlik opposed to the more aggressive approach from Team Scheidegger. We'll see if that continues throughout the game. It wouldn't surprise me if it did.
7-6.
Yeah, it seems like as soon as Team Skrlik jumps out to any lead, it seems like they want to take their foot off the gas a little bit. Reduce the amount of risk and just try to retain the lead.
Yeah, a 1 point lead's still a lead. So they scored in that end. It could have been much bigger had it not been for a really great freeze by Kate Hogan there. And it's, yeah, 1-0, but it could have been a lot higher. So maybe we'll see some confidence here from Team Skrlik, having had a really good first end.
Get to the corner, but
yeah, that's been one, I guess, key focus for Team Skrlik, because they really haven't trailed in many games this week. I think they might have given up a steal and an end early in one of their opening games, but since then they've kind of been on cruise control throughout this week, and so they've obviously played with the lead and played well with the lead. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we'll see if Team Scheidegger is able to get a deuce or a steal in one of these ends. Team Skrlik will obviously have to change their strategy a little bit, and we'll see if they can adjust.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do fall behind at any point in this game, what that does to them. Like you said, they've been on cruise control with leads, so we'll see if that affects them at all. If at some point in this game they don't have the lead. If it was up to them, I'm sure they'd retain it the entire game. So.
Do you have any of that on this side?
Well, again, they've been playing well, so that speaks to why they've had the lead in every game they've played in.
I think so.
You can't go through a week of curling without a blip on the radar, and you've had a couple of ends where Kayla Skrlik was in some trouble, and she had to make a beautiful shot on her last, or a setup shot on her first, and she would make no mistake keeping them into ends and even generating some deuces out of them when there really wasn't much there. So obviously Kayla's had a fantastic week, and her team has helped her out on the sweep and set up most of the ends for them. It's been really nice to see this young team have so much success.
Yeah, I mean, you don't make a final in the Alberta Provincials if your skip isn't playing well. That goes without saying. But she has been phenomenal.
Yeah, really nice here. You got it.
Yeah, we don't recognize all-star awards at this competition, but I think if we did, she would have my vote.
No. We have no line for to it. Can we split? We can go back 8 here. We're just back
so calling the audible here,
hard.
asking for the rock to go to the back 8, seeing it as it is heavy, trying to get as much separation between these two red rocks as they can.
Hard. Keep it moving as far as you can take it. Hard.
As Brittany sweeps that one into the back of the 8 foot.
Same weight even. Love it.
Same weight.
Slight mistake there from Jerry Lynn Ramsey, and now Team Scheidegger can move the play away from the middle. They can actually use the corner guard they put there by accident and shift the play to the outsides.
Whoa! Yes! Hard! No roll.
A great sweep to hold the line there from Taylor McDonald as that rock just flips
playing
out into the open in the side of the 12, removing one redstone.
Yeah.
That's still a really good shot. Over-rolling there is better than nosing that. So if you're going to have a little bit of a miss one way or the other, that's the way to do it, because, as I mentioned, they're still moving the play away from the middle and towards the outsides, which is going to benefit them with hammer. And even if this shot's made, they can still use their corner guard.
Clean, clean. Whoa! Clean, clean. Yep,
Supers jump this rock early.
Yep.
They're just trying
roll,
to
no
sit
roll.
there on the nose, and no mistake. It's actually rolled a little bit under that yellow corner guard.
Which is bad for them, because now they give the Team Scheidegger something to freeze to around the corner.
I still like the draw.
They won't be shot, but that's okay.
Tap it a little then, if you want. Go to freeze, and if the line's good, we'll sweep the tap.
I like the freeze.
You see Casey called for the draw before that red rock even came to rest, so she knew the opportunity presented itself, and an opportunity to potentially get behind this guard and not be accessible.
Well, yeah, and they're okay moving it a little bit. The important thing is they have an angle on it, so it can't be removed. It can't be chased by Team Skrlik if this is... So they can tap it a little bit, but they want to stay somewhat in front of the face with an angle on that red rock.
Jess?
No.
This looks like it's not light.
Yeah, just no.
Jess, I think you can. You can to get it to here.
No.
Jesse, we gotta bump it. Bump it.
No, it's not correct. It's too heavy.
This one is sliding.
Okay.
Just clips off that red rock and sliding back into the back of the 12-foot. Bit of a mistake there.
To try to do
Kate
that.
Hogan.
Yeah, I think just heavy. I think the line would have been fine had she had 6 feet less weight on that. Just heavy.
Control. Okay, I like that.
We have noticed throughout the week that the speed of the ice is a bit different between the end closest to the on-ice lounge, our original 16 on-ice lounge, and the side going away. Teams are often missing a little bit heavier in the even ends and lighter in the odd ends, and I guess this pattern is continued this game.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Ashton. Whoa. Good shot.
Removes the yellow stone and sits there in the back of the 12-foot.
Yeah.
I think that line was pretty close.
I agree.
So same shot that Kate had previously. This one just needs to be 6 or 8 feet lighter. Bring the brushing into play here.
Same line. Wait for it.
Kate Hogan, defending champion with Team Laura Walker.
Line's good. Just the line. Top T. You need full 8.
Really going now.
Well then.
Jesse, if you can.
Straight.
Whoa.
Straight. Okay, right to it. Take right to it.
Whoa, gotta sit.
Rock slides right up to the face of that red stone. Great shot.
We see that a lot. If you give the players of this caliber the same shot twice. Casey did it last end where her first draw came up light and the second one was basically perfect. And Kate just did it where their first one was heavy and then makes the adjustment.
Yeah, probably not.
Like, that's a fantastic shot. It has an angle on it, perfect freeze. Kayla has to do the same thing.
If it's good, unlock it. Freeze. Yeah. Speeding this path is really
It's always good to increase the level of difficulty for your opposition. It seems like Kayla doesn't really have a side to miss. If she's a little bit heavy, she'll chap off and roll towards the middle. If she's a little bit light, she might not be second shot. So she's got to be basically perfect with this one.
Yeah, she's got about a foot of margin, which isn't huge.
You can go. No, I know. Maybe just have to be fully. Have to be higher. Just to it. Little bump. We're bumping. Line, maybe? Back 4. It's really going. Back 4. Ashton? Ashton, hard!
Asking Ashton Skrlik to curl this one in. And a beautiful shot. It does have a bit of an angle. It might be... it looks like it's at least 3/4 buried behind the guard. So fantastic result.
Absolutely perfect. Just really, really well done. That's what you spoke to earlier, Jay, that clutch skipping. That's such a good shot when you need it.
If your hair high, you maybe get the one in the middle.
I'm thinking the only other thing.
That's when, you know, I play front end with my team, and let's say I miss a shot early in an end and I have my skip or my third bailing me out. I walk down the ice and I thank them. Shake their hand, say thanks for that one, skipper.
But you brushed it there for the bailout.
Oh, yeah, I did about 80% of the work for sure, but yeah, just, you know, it's important to acknowledge them, you know. Skips have egos, you have to appease them.
It's hard to get shot.
Yeah, the odd one does.
Ours definitely does.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of spending a little time with him at the World Juniors. He did bail the team out a lot, though. So it's
you have to have a bit of an ego as a skip. You know, you have to always feel like you're the best player on the ice, because if you don't have that confidence, you're not going to be curling as well. So,
that's right.
You know, whether you want to tell people that or not is another story, but
and some vocalize it a little more than others. Yeah. All good though.
Yeah. Nice and sharp. You got it.
I really like this call. I think this gives them the chance to score more than one. They're likely forced. They could play the freeze again, but then it's a guard away from having to draw the 4-foot anyways. So I like the run back here. If made perfectly, it does open the door for more
Jesse on this really early.
Okay. That's all right.
Just must have been a bit of a tight slide, just missing contact with those rocks.
Like bite the 4, but so she knows that she's not shot over.
Yeah, the end result's still, they're forced, so it doesn't change a lot, and it did give them the opportunities, if made, so good call. Like
Definitely
you said.
Safe side, right? If they had have stuck there and just missed those rocks on the edge of the 8-foot and rolled towards the center, now Kayla has something to draw around. So
yeah, that'd be trouble.
That would have been trouble.
Yeah, those are the ones, if you're going to miss, you better miss by a lot.
Yes.
Okay, because that was T-line. I'll probably try for like 6 to 8 then.
I think 6 is fine. Okay. Yeah. You got it.
Really good chance to put some more pressure on here from Kayla Skrlik. If they can put this anywhere on the center line, top 4, top 8, get in the way of the draw path.
Top 4.
Could see a steal.
No, I think we're all there right now.
Just clean. Top 4. T.
Yeah, you think this is an
Lines
open
were all
house, let's
there
just
right
put it anywhere so that we can set 3, but precision is pretty important here, just to give yourself a chance to potentially steal a point. Sweeper's not loving this one as it slides just behind the T line.
Shoot. Just added too much in the release.
Yeah, unfortunately, now it's a relatively routine shot for Casey. If that stops 4 feet higher, she wouldn't have a choice but to draw, and it'd be against 3 and in a path that she hadn't thrown yet, given this is the second end, first time down this path. So
I think so. Okay.
Looks like she's throwing just a nice controlled takeout weight. Casey Scheidegger, last rock here in the second end, hitting against 3 Skrlik counters.
Whoa. Weight's good.
Close. Clean. Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
You're good.
Clean, yep, is kind of what you want to hear as a sweeper.
Clean.
That rock slides down, and no mistake from Casey Scheidegger. She picks up her single point. Here after 2 ends, ties the game at 1. Kayla Skrlik with her Redstones will have the hammer as we get into the third.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The roaring game. We all love it, but sometimes curling just isn't as fun as it can be on the Nintendo Switch. Don't get stuck in your curling club this year. Learn the game inside and out. Play for your favorite country and take the curling world by storm. With up to 4 players per console, you can enjoy curling with your friends and family anywhere, anytime. Let's play curling. Available now only on Nintendo Switch.
Let it take. Fine. Okay.
Welcome back to Wetaskawin, Alberta, here at Co-op Place for our championship final. Here we are in the third end between Team Skrlik and Team Scheidegger. Team Skrlik has the hammer. We are in a tie game, 1-1. So both teams have been forced to singles in the first 2 ends. Kayla Skrlik will have her turn to generate some offense with hammer in the third.
Yeah, it's been game on out here from the very first rock of the game. It's both ends have had lots of opportunity for both teams, and it's the pressure's been high. There hasn't been a lot of routine shots as we go along here. This has been entertaining right from the word go. So, and I expect it to stay the same. Team Scheidegger puts the guard up here. They're going. It's good.
Yeah, oftentimes in 10 ends, you often see, especially in a final game where, just there's so much on the line with the Scotties berth on the line, you would see them ease into it, especially with a younger team like Kayla Skrlik here, but it seems like Casey Scheidegger just hasn't let her, throwing that center guard up, forcing them to make some come rounds, lots of rocks in play, and Team Skrlik has just kind of, I think, came to play. Like they've been prepared for these rocks in play. They've obviously had a great week so far. So it's very nice to see that they're rising to the occasion, rising to that challenge from Team Scheidegger.
Yeah, and Team Scheidegger's strategy is probably by design. They are going to try to take advantage of their experience and make the shots a little tougher earlier on and all those things. But like you said, Team Skrlik hasn't blinked. They're undefeated this week. They're playing great. They're ready. Although they might have preferred more of an open start to this game, they're sure handling what's been presented to them really well.
Similar speed, I would say, yeah. Still not much.
Line's good.
Thought she was a little tight.
Clean. Top 4. Room. Close. Yep. You don't need to curl it ever. Clean. Whoa.
Ashton Skrlik being asked to just come around and freeze this rock in the top of the forefoot.
Nice shot. Good.
And a great shot.
Right to the nose with the freeze. Yeah. If you're light, you're light.
If you're light, that's not bad. Right to it's good.
Yep. I think if you just get under, it doesn't matter about the line. Exactly.
So we'll see the angle game played here.
Like a low 15. It doesn't feel quite as good as coming home, but it's still real fast. You got it.
Casey's asking her sister Jessie to put this one right on top. The first end we saw a couple rocks come up light out of her hand. Let's see if she makes the adjustment.
Whoa, easy to start. Whoa.
Soon. Hard. Yep.
Just
copy.
Yep. Hard.
Go, buddy, go.
Hard.
Go.
Yep. Right to here.
Copy.
Right to here.
Top 12.
Okay, whoa.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, that's good.
And a slight over curl. It looks like she is right behind the guard, though, but there still is an angle for that yellow rock to be poked out.
Board.
Yeah, they thought that was a little heavier out of her hand, too. That rock seems to be curling a bit for her. I don't know if maybe she's not quite finishing the throw or what that is, but that's the same rock that's been coming up a little light and curling a bit more, so maybe something they need to think about.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Great. Roll it. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
It's great as Kayla Skrlik calls from the house as it hits that yellow rock and rolls over to the edge of the 12-foot.
I don't know if that's touch. No.
Yeah, good shot. The result probably isn't what they were expecting. The shooter rolled a little further, and it did leave this red exposed with the opportunity to roll under, but it did the job. It got rid of shot rock. Opportunity, though, for Team Scheidegger. If a little hit and roll can be made here, they'll have 2 under cover.
Okay, close. Just close.
12. Just
Close.
12.
Yep.
Just 12.
Whoa. Yep.
Maybe 11-8.
Whoa. Kate, go for the roll. Go for the roll. Or for nose.
Roll away.
Okay. Sorry.
Try to roll this
And
right
just
under.
flops open out into the edge
Board.
of the forefoot. This leaves Team Skrlik an opportunity to get right underneath.
Got it.
Yeah, that might have been their chance there. If this is made, then we're gonna we might see Team Scheidegger making the runbacks, whereas it would have been Team Skrlik having to do that had that roll been made. So
Never. Ashton.
might see the same thing here, though. It looks a little wide.
Hard.
You got it.
Hard.
This, like you said, just a little wide, but stays in the house there for Team Skrlik.
I think we got to hit
It
that.
appears as though it still is shot stone.
That's important because now they have to hit it. If that wasn't shot stone, then Team Scheidegger could have been more aggressive and called the come around. But since that's shot stone, they don't really have a choice but to hit this. It'd be really aggressive if they chose to draw.
Seeing a hair more to at least nose.
So it stayed just close enough to the middle for her.
Kate Hogan, 2-time Alberta Scotties champion with Team Walker.
Kate's had success everywhere, it seems. She, with Michelle Inglot years ago, and then with Laura Walker, now with Team Scheidegger. It's everywhere she goes, she seems to win. She must be good.
and happy to hang around Alberta. This is their one import player. Kate came to Alberta to play with Team Laura Walker, and when Laura decided to take a step back to pursue just mixed doubles curling, she's stuck around and found the next best option, I think, for her with Casey Scheidegger.
Yeah, and playing with Taylor McDonald, I think the two of them have a really good relationship, and they get to play together, and finding the Scheidegger sisters down south there, it's hard to find too much of a better option than that. So really good Alberta team.
Yes, and as we've seen throughout this season, this has been the top team, at least out of Alberta, on tour this year, as they rank towards the top of the CTRS list. And you know, there will be plenty of combinations of possibilities through provincial play. You know, if the teams on top of them in the CTRS list win provincials, there's an outside chance that even if they aren't successful here, they'll still have their chance at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Yeah, I think it's a good chance to be one of the wild card teams. They've had a good year. They've amassed a lot of points, which if the favorites do what favorites do in provincials and win, then Team Scheidegger will be a wild card if they're not successful today. It's not a guarantee, but
Top 4. Just for line.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yes, so there is an opportunity, at least, if you're watching at home, that 2 Alberta teams could be at the Scotties this year.
That's right, yeah.
Line's great. Taylor, I think.
We're all there.
If you're a Team Scheidegger fan, you probably don't want to leave it to chance, though, and just win this game.
Yes, there's a lot to be said for being the provincial champion at any year. You want to wear the Team Alberta colors. You want to be the Team Alberta. And I think both teams aren't even considering the wild card in this game.
Well, that's right, and the provincial championship is just that. It's a championship. You're winning something, which, as an athlete, matters. So I'm sure Team Scheidegger would be happy to take the wild card, but that's not their preference. Winning this game and being the Alberta representative is definitely their preference.
Yeah, they're not out here to make friends, that's for sure. They have enough friends on their own team.
I think so, yeah. I would say.
Brittany Tran, she appeared in the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for Team Northwest Territories, I think back in the Calgary bubble. So she has a bit of experience at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts, knows what's at stake.
Well, and Jerry Lynn Ramsey, the same thing back in her PEI days, so close to winning that event.
Roll it. That's okay, just move it back.
So it appears as though Ashton or one of the sweepers just touched one of the guards, but they have agreed it did not move.
This is trouble for Team Skrlik here. They're in deep right now. It's
Okay, right. Yeah, like, because they do have this.
there's two basically buried stones that are shot 1 and 2 with Team Scheidegger throwing, and only skip stones to come. We're going to need some of that Kayla Skrlik magic here that we've seen all week to pull her team out of this one. Untimely miss there.
One rock deeper than that would be really good.
Where's the ideal spot for this, Jay?
Yeah, like a 17
I think they signaled
probably.
just biting the house, just covering the path so that there's no tap back accessible with that in-turn through the port, forcing Kayla to throw that out-turn path that she might have struggled with in the first end.
Yeah, the good news is, though, we have seen that path in the first end. Casey threw it twice, and Kayla had the opportunity to throw it on her last, so at least they know it. I wouldn't be against this rock actually going into the house to the top 4 foot. I don't think that's too bad. Make this good and really put the pressure on. I understand the call that they're trying to get in the way on this in-turn side, but making this good would be
Mine's good.
beneficial.
Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see if it's even possible to get by that corner red guard and the rock in the top 8 foot with the amount of curl we have in the ice.
Yeah, good point. It's a smaller port than I thought.
Nice throw, Casey.
And I think it does the trick there.
So it takes away the hit on that in-turn side, I guess, not the draw. But Kayla will have this out-turn draw. It's a bit of an all or nothing, but it's there.
Yeah, one of those things, like you said, if they had to play the out-turn draw and put that one right on the top of the hearts, Kayla Skrlik isn't looking at anything. There isn't even a chance to score. So
yeah, that might have been the call, actually. Good point, to take away the out-turn instead of the in-turn, given that how small that port is.
With both teams just really not wanting to play that side, it seems it might have been the strategy there. Casey just says, you know what? Well, I dare you to try it.
Which is a bit surprising because they played it in the first end. It's not an unknown.
I think it will probably do this. Maybe do that, but it probably does this.
I thought there was maybe more space between these.
Yeah, me too.
You're looking at the opportunity to maybe open something up to make their life a little easier, but I think it jams, so electing to get shot rock right now. This makes the most sense to me. If you make this good right now, then you're challenging Team Scheidegger to follow you down and freeze it out, or else you'll have the same shot for 2. Not a lot of room there, but it'd be the same shot.
We'll have options on my last.
You got it. Oh, you're all there.
Kayla Skrlik from Calgary, Alberta.
Finally. Really close. Line's tight. Yep. Gotta go.
Line's tight early. They're having the supers on it right out of her hand. Really needing to get by that rock in the top of the 12 foot. With Brittany Tran on it all the way. Gets it into the 4 foot. But it is still shot stone from Team Scheidegger. Great sweep from the front end of Team Skrlik.
Yeah, world-class sweep. Unfortunately, it didn't go far enough. Team Scheidegger can basically seal that side off and lock up a steal. Just goes to show how perfect you need to be in a game like this.
Huh? We're shot, yeah.
It's right here, Jess. It's risky for her to play that. She picks her own out, we get 2.
Now Casey's looking to just take this draw path away.
Yeah, the key here is to take enough ice. You see these often where they over curl, leaving the same shot there to the button.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think that you have a shot for 2 this way. Well,
No, they
maybe
don't.
the little tap, because you can see a piece.
The issue is they have both. So you have to be like right here. Right?
Yeah.
To take both
As
away.
you see,
They have nothing on that one.
and here
Well, I
Kate
think they could
has
maybe
suggested that maybe they try to block one of these runbacks, as there isn't an opportunity for 2 on the out-turn side.
Shot right now? Yeah. No?
Which is smart.
This is hard.
You can leave her that draw for 1 to the side of the button. That's okay, because I don't think there is anything for 2, like they mentioned on the out-turn side. The only option would be that run back, and if you're Team Skrlik, it might be worth playing it.
I agree. It does come with some risk, though. You know, if they are a little bit wide and they actually chisel their top 4 stone off the top 4 and towards that side red rock, they would actually risk giving up a steal of 2.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of risk there.
Right, even if you're leave the 4 edge to edge.
Yeah, it's always one of those things where is the risk worth the reward? It might not even be an option given that Team Scheidegger is playing the guard to guard that particular play. So
Kate also mentioned that it'd be pretty tough to guard both. You have to make this one really precise in order to guard both run backs.
If I throw the same speed, where is it going to end up?
I think halfway. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be a little slower. So
talking to one of the Curling Canada coaches, the guard is one of the most important shots in the game that is sometimes missed the most because it just isn't seen as important to be as precise. So,
well, that's what you see. You see, we'll just put up a guard, but it's not as precise as when you call a draw in the house. You're far more specific when you call a draw in the house.
I think the line will be good.
So there's a little advice for the curlers out there. If you're going to call a guard, call it exactly where you want it because the depth matters where the line is. One affects the other.
As you see, Kate Hogan has her broom placed exactly where she wants it. And they've essentially placed it in the perfect spot.
Yeah, really well done. They did focus on precision with that. They knew exactly where that needed to be and gave that the best chance of.
Would you rather play this one off the yellow?
It might still be available on that wide corner guard.
This one off the yellow is just
looking to slash that rock in towards the rock in the back 4. She's also discussed playing the double raise, so the yellow into the second red.
I got about 3/4.
Where that guard is
right here.
Almost makes what you mentioned
with, like, control
earlier more likely. Where being a little wide because you're safe siding racking on the guard, just the way it's framed in your mind when you're looking at it in the hack, you might have a tendency to be a little wider, which you could pick out the red then.
Control. And we're hitting it here.
I guess there's the outside chance that you're even wider and you hit the yellow rock and you might actually get fortunate.
Yeah, absolutely. A good spin down.
Yeah. You don't have to call your shot every time in curling.
It's not like pool.
Not like pool. We don't pull your rocks if you don't make what you called. So Kayla Skrlik deciding that the risk is worth the reward.
Maybe a shade more.
Lining up the in-turn angle raise for the potential for 2 points. Big shot here.
Normal. Normal. Close. Brit.
It's hanging out wide.
Really close.
Really close. Brittany Tran on the sweep.
Good shot.
Oh, and a fantastic shot from Kayla Skrlik. Makes no mistake, plants that rock on that yellow stone in the 4-foot for her 2 points.
What a shot. I love the weight choice there. Just to not throw it through the building. Nice control, weight. Really, really well done. Good shot.
She will take the lead 3-1 as we approach the 4th end of play here in our championship final.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you. Sentinel Storage, proudly Canadian and proud sponsor of the 2023 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champion.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next. for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Great now. 5-3.
Clean.
And we are back here, the 2023
Nice.
Sentinel Storage
Nice,
Alberta
Ash.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Just a fantastic last stone there from Kayla Skrlik to finish the third and secure her 2 points. Here in the fourth end, we have Team Scheidegger with the hammer, trailing on the scoreboard 3-1.
What a shot. Just fantastic
Line's good. It's all there.
for her 2 points
Okay,
from
line's
Kayla
good.
Skrlik in the last end.
Line's really nice. Really running.
You know, sometimes you just got to evaluate
It's
risk
gonna throw
versus
hard now.
reward.
Line's really good.
And, you know, Kayla, that was a risky
Great.
shot.
Great.
That could have been the potential for a steal of 2 for Team Scheidegger had that rock
Good
undercurled.
take.
But she made no mistake
Just
with that
tight.
one, showing why she's made it this far in this championship.
See any nerves, Jay?
No, not at all. Yeah, she's it made me eat my words at least so far this game. And Kayla, she's played countless amount of curling games, and she's obviously played Team Scheidegger a few times this year with some success.
Line's
So,
good.
fantastic
Room.
shot.
Oh, you can't go
Well,
yet.
you alluded to the 3-0 record this season from
Brittany.
with the Team Skrlik
Britt.
against Team Scheidegger. That might have been giving them some confidence coming into this
Hard.
game, knowing this is a
You can be
team
in.
they've beat before.
In on this.
Maybe not in this type of game,
Hard.
but
You gotta go.
it's just a curling game. It's a final. It
Hard. You can be in.
it's
The line's not
obviously
there.
means more to them, but their feet are securely under them
7.
in this game. Especially
like-
Kayla.
Yeah, like we said, they've got out to that early lead now. Now they can at least stick within their strategy. I wouldn't say we're in cruise control yet, but you know, trying to force, but not with any risk so far. And that seems to be what Kayla seems to want to do this week. So
Clean.
we'll see the same.
No. Close.
Well,
As we
the
see.
ramification of missing that shot could have been massive. It could have put
Jesse.
them in that
Hard, Jess.
that unfamiliar space where they were behind.
Hard, Jess. You're doing it.
It's just such a big shot for so many reasons.
She's got the stones, Jeff.
I'm pretty sure Team
probably
Scheidegger
rolling
isn't going
away.
away either, though. This is
As you see, we have a corner guard there on the 50-50 sign. That's giving us a nice little segue into advertising Curling Alberta's 50-50. So Curling Alberta runs a 50-50 with our final draw taking place here at this event tonight at 10 p.m. You can get your
Ashton.
50-50 tickets in support of Wetaskawin
Ashton,
Curling
hard.
Club and Curling Alberta.
Hard, Ashton.
Who looks
hard,
to
everything. Hard.
Improve
Hard
our
to
relationships
stick.
with
Hard.
grassroots curling and support curling at a grassroots level throughout the province.
10-9.
So you can find Curling
That's okay.
Alberta 50-50 tickets at curlingalberta.ca/raffle.
Okay.
You can purchase them online through that website, or you can purchase in-house here at the Wetaskawin Co-op Place. You can find anyone wearing a yellow bib and pay for your 50-50 tickets there. Hopefully you're the lucky winner. Currently, our jackpot is over $2,000. We're at $2,480.
Line's good.
And obviously climbing. The last I
Okay.
checked was in the third end, and we were at $1,300. So it's been over $1,000 just in one end of play. So get your tickets now,
Stay hard.
and you'll have a chance to
line's
win the
been
jackpot.
nice
Hard
little
line.
payday.
Hard line. You gotta go line. Go. Room. Curl.
Whoa. We're deep.
Okay. Whoa. Right to here. Really good, Jess. Got it, girl. Freeze.
As that rock comes
four.
around that rock
Steve
just
goes
off
here.
center into the 4-foot,
On hers.
just approaches the tee line there. I think it gives Team Skrlik an opportunity to just come right down to that one.
Yeah, that's a hair deeper than they probably would have wanted. Not bad. It's fully buried. It's in the 4-foot. Yeah,
Boom.
it does give the
Ethan,
opportunity
it'll
for this
always be
freeze to be made.
Ashton.
If it was
All
2
there
feet
right
higher,
now.
this would be a
Ashton
lot
then.
tougher.
It's still a good result and forces Jerry Lynn Ramsey to make a good
Hard.
one here.
This one's got
Hard.
room.
T. Hard. You've got it. Hard.
T.
Keep going.
Interesting, they
Hard,
had the
get
broom
behind
just
it.
outside of the
Hard,
edge of the
hard,
4-foot there on that side, where they were
Hard.
taking
Hard,
into
hard,
the
hard.
12-foot to get to the center line on the other side.
5-4.
Yeah,
She's
they
just,
have the ice
like,
red,
slim.
obviously. Maybe it's a bit winged up on the outsides and curling a little more the wider you get out.
You got
2
it.
ways to get there kind of thing. A little flatter in the middle.
Yeah, just comes a little bit deep there. And not quite curling enough, so maybe something to watch for moving forward.
11-7.
Don't want this one on the nose. You want to roll away a little bit here as to not create a little basket at the back of the 4.
Hard! Roll.
Gotta get out of the
Go.
Pretty good.
Okay. Nice call.
Yes, very good. If like you said, if they have just bonked that one on the nose, that's going to shrink their scoring area quite a bit, with leaving the opportunity for Kayla just to come down and basically throw the same draw and draw on top. So
well, it'd take the end away completely. It's good execution, good and
Well
called, well swept.
Close. Ashton
Skrlik really getting a workout earlier. They're asking her to curve a lot of stones.
Yep.
It's a good thing she's a very good sweeper, because they do use her a lot.
Yes, one of the best in the field, I would say.
I agree.
I'm seeing away.
You could roll under, or do you like away?
Not quite getting underneath, rolling towards the center line though.
Yeah, same thing here. The play is to roll away, just to... That leaves Team Skrlik with very little option but to keep hitting the open one, as to not give up more than 2.
Okay. Easy, close. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
As this one rolls a little too far, as it actually rolls underneath the red stone. So Team Scheidegger only lying 1, giving Team Skrlik an opportunity to try again with this freeze.
Yeah, it allows them to be a little more bold. It can... If that stayed for second shot, they wouldn't have had a choice. They would have had to hit it, but this is an opportunity, definitely.
Brittany Tran having success in the women's game, but also the mixed doubles game with her partner Erin Slaczynski.
Line's fine.
The two of them have won 2 Alberta mixed doubles provincial championships in a row, I think.
Yeah, they're good.
They'll be at this year's Alberta mixed doubles provincial championships as well. Already securing a berth.
It's just light.
Mixed doubles style shot there with a little come around tap back, but just
yeah,
over curls and Rex on the guard.
Yeah, and unfortunately it left the door very wide open here for Team Scheidegger. They could shift gears here to focus.
What do you like better?
To try to get 3 if they wanted to, or they can play things a little safe and go to the open side there.
My issue is leaving those for the short run.
Both are good options, really. And
Can we go all the way
I think it's
under
whatever
the
you're
corner
comfortable
guard?
with.
With this?
No, like the one in the top 12.
Yeah?
Like that?
I know.
Like hit and roll under the corner
Oh,
guard.
I see. Yep.
We don't really love leaving that there.
Okay.
What do you like here,
If
Jeff?
I play the end, you get a little
Well, I
action.
think it's a really good opportunity to freeze one to your own Yellowstone, and you can set up a potential 3 score by doing that. This is a hard shot. I think this is unnecessarily hard to play this hit and roll.
Clean. Yep.
If she doesn't roll enough, she'll still...
Yep.
She won't sit second shot, so...
Hard,
This is really curling across the line with Jessie Hyatt on the sweep.
Hard.
She makes the roll underneath that group of corner guards, but does just sit just sit 1 after that result.
Yeah, the problem with that is it's likely not to count, given that it doesn't outcount the red stone that's already in the 12-foot.
I like the same as
So if this freeze is even made half good, there'll be no double opportunity to remove both reds, and that stone just thrown by Kate won't count in the end. So
on top of that, it looks like it's in the way now for a potential run back.
All right, top 4. If it's perfect, we should be shot. We don't want any bounce.
If Kayla puts this one
I like that.
anywhere close and that yellow rock wasn't
Yeah, I
there,
agree.
Casey would have been able to potentially run it in and open up that score to multiple, but it's in the way now.
Yeah, they're still in good shape, but if this freeze is made, it could potentially be shot rock. This red could be, and making it a difficult score for Team Scheidegger. And if it's made half of a shot, it's still going to be hard for 2.
Whoa, Ashton.
Sweeper is still wanting to be careful with this one as it's approaching with some speed. If the line is good, I think the weight is fine. And a pretty good result as it chaps off a little bit, but I think it is just a piece buried. Might open the door for Team Scheidegger.
Looks like it. It looks like they can throw about a hack weight or just through type of weight and even get the roll under, which would be setting up a 3 score. So just a couple feet heavy, and that's the consequence.
Okay.
Do you have air?
Go under.
Casey, do you have air?
Like a centimeter?
So now imagine if Kate's last stone would have been 3rd shot.
You got it.
Yes, we'd be looking at the potential for a very crooked number on the scoreboard.
Bonanza.
Jess. Jess.
Hard Jess.
Down. Hey, whoa. Jess.
Straight!
This one's really catching them and it's jumping towards that off-center red guard.
Pistol.
Pistol from Casey Scheidegger. Sits 2, and both of them are dead buried behind 2 guards.
If you like perfect, you'll like that one. That was outstanding. Really nice weight. They almost overcooked it with Jesse early there. You see that sometimes where they sweep for curl, and then it's all of a sudden hard right away. So got to be a little patient, but got away with that one. Really good. Really good shot.
Yeah, and just a great manage from both sweepers. Sometimes you hear, oh, curl, and then the other sweeper just backs off thinking they aren't needed. And Taylor McDonald still hung around, and when they called the switch, she was right on that to hold that straight.
We need to be perfect T-line. What was my last one?
Long or split?
I think it goes without saying that this is a big shot, AJ.
Full back 4.
They all are now here in this championship final.
You got it.
This one more so than others, I guess. If she puts this one in a spot, I feel like Casey should always be able to get it out, but there aren't many good places to put this red rock.
And there's there might be one perfect place, and it's about the size of a dime, so.
Line only. Bumping.
There's nothing to bump.
They're calling back 4.
We're there already. Line only. Wait's
Wanting
good.
this one to pump the brakes. Just sits for shot, and it looks like it's about half buried behind the rock in the top 4.
A little less. Yeah. Yeah.
This is basically the exact same shot Casey just threw.
I don't think it'll curl like your
Back
last one
out.
just
I
did.
don't think so. Okay, just like back 8.
So sitting 2nd and 3rd here, Team Scheidegger just looking to tap this red rock out of the 4-foot and hang around for the potential 3.
She's got quite a bit of rings to roll to and still score the 3.
Yeah.
So I like moving the broom a little bit, giving her a little more space, because even if she rolls out, it's still 2. So you want to safe side this a little bit.
I like perfect though, Jeff.
I do too.
Last stone here for Team Scheidegger here in the 4th end.
Are you actually half?
Wake up.
Just to the hack. Yep. Straight. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Yes. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Jesse to stay hard. Hard.
Hitting this one early.
Really nice. Good call.
And no mistake, Casey Scheidegger with a great hit and stay for 3 points in the 4th. They take the lead into the 5th in this championship final.
Sorry, buddy. I wasn't playing it. I'm like.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you. Sentinel Storage, proudly Canadian and proud sponsor of the 2023 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Sometimes curling just isn't as fun as it can be on the Nintendo Switch. With up to 4 players per console, you can enjoy curling with your friends and family anywhere, anytime. Let's play curling. Available now only on Nintendo Switch.
And we are back. Just a fantastic end there from Team Scheidegger, taking the lead in this championship final here on the Sunday morning in Wetaskawin, Alberta.
That's really light. That's really light. It's curling.
A very successful hit and stick there with just a great end built by Team Scheidegger to score their 3 points. Kayla Skrlik looking to answer with multiple of her own here in the 5th end with the hammer.
Yeah, Team Scheidegger did a really good job of taking advantage of some missteps by Team Skrlik, and you know, we may have thought the momentum was securely in Team Skrlik's side after just a fantastic shot in the 3rd end for 2, but Team Scheidegger didn't blink. They came back with a really good end, kicked the field goal, went up 1 now, and this game is just unbelievable so far.
Yes, just lots of great shot making. These two teams had separated themselves through round robin play and through that semifinal as the top 2 teams here this week in this field, and a rather young field with these 2 teams just rising to the top.
Hard, hard, hard.
We have plenty of experience here with Team Scheidegger.
Hard, keep it
plenty
moving.
of Scotties appearances throughout the lineup. An all-star team of sorts here in Alberta, and you know, facing off against a team with a lot of experience on the tour, but not necessarily in the Scotties. A couple of appearances throughout their lineup, but younger team overall looking to crack into the show for the first time.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be out of place at all in the Scotties field. That whoever wins this game is going to represent Alberta so well. We're just seeing it in this game. The shot making ability, and all week it's been really good. So as these things usually do, it's coming down to 1 game, and I think the way this game's going so far, we're gonna have some type of shot for the win at some point. So too early to call who's going to be making that shot, but
yes, as these first few ends have started, it seems like the team with hammer is generating more offense than maybe the team without hammer. At least playing with a little more risk.
Yeah, definitely. There's tons of rocks in play.
Yeah, it's all
risky shots, precise curling. It's just it's what you should see in a final.
5-4.
Yes, and like you said, I think both of these teams, whoever wins this game, will represent our province very well at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Scotties obviously being the main sponsor of the Tournament of Hearts at the national level, but also supporting curling here in Alberta. Scotties with Kruger Products. I have a message from them. They're honored to be a part of an iconic Canadian event and are proud to be the longest standing sponsor of women's sport in Canada for over 40 years. We look forward to another incredible display of skill, talent, and competitiveness right down to the final rock. Obviously, the Scotties brand has been associated to the women's Tournament of Hearts for years and years and years.
It's iconic. It's what the event is called, and it's a company. you don't see that all the time. It just goes to show how meaningful that sponsorship and partnership is.
As you see all the in-ice logos we have here this week, we have plenty of support, and we thank them all We'll get to the majority of them throughout this broadcast, but I think we have 33 in-ice logos on each sheet of ice here.
That's unbelievable. That goes to show the commitment in this community to this event, and
Ashton.
it's outstanding.
Clean. Britt.
As we get back to the action here, we have Jerry Lynn
roll,
Ramsey
yeah.
attempting to remove a yellow stone and set for shot rock in the house.
Good. Nice.
With the amount of curl on the ice,
straight out here.
it just seems
Shouldn't
like
do
weight
anything.
control is just so important with those soft weight takeouts. The ability to remove a stone that's almost fully buried is possible here, and you know, you can't say that with all ice, especially in some curling clubs that might not have the same abilities that you can find in an arena. Our ice crew, with Matt Yo being at the head, has been fantastic all week. They've been able to create a surface for these curlers that lets them make anything.
Well, it's what makes the game exciting. When they have good ice, they can execute the shots at such a higher level, and everything's more predictable. So, yeah, the surface is outstanding. You can just see it in the shots they're making. So big shout out to the ice crew.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I don't mind playing back line this way. Then at least we're rolling around the corner. Back line. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
We're getting a slightly more conservative approach to this end. Maybe everybody's settling in a bit.
Yeah, maybe that 3-ball that that Team Scheidegger just cracked maybe made Kayla Skrlik realize, maybe we don't need to play with this many rocks to play. The risk isn't worth it. But I'm sure that switch will be flipped at some point, and she'll line up that angle raise once more and show everybody why she's throwing the last rock.
Yep, hard. No roll.
Needing to get this rock out of the house. And they do.
Great weight control there. Really, really well done. Called and made.
That rock was completely buried behind that center guard.
Yep.
In the back of the 8-foot.
Okay.
She threw just enough to remove the yellow. That's about as much as she could too. So high level of difficulty and made perfect.
Clean. Hey, just clean right now. Clean.
11-5.
Whoa,
Clean.
whoa, you're on the outside.
Whoa.
Taylor to get off. Hard K. Not doing any. Hard K, hard K, hard. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
And a bit of a mistake there from Kate Hogan, asking Taylor McDonald to curl that off the guard. Unsuccessful as they were
I think we do this.
Just clipping that corner guard. Giving Kayla Skrlik kind of an opportunity out of nowhere.
Well, and I think you alluded to it earlier, where if the weight's up a little bit, it just doesn't curl as much. And I think that was the case with that one. Just a few feet extra of weight, and it doesn't take the curl the same way we saw Jerry Lynn's curl up there.
Brittany Tran with her team Skrlik out of the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary, Alberta.
Line's okay. Jerry's rock.
Asked
lots of room.
Draw around the corner guard.
It'll be Ashton's. Line's great. Line's okay. Top 8. Yep. Whoa, you're fine. Whoa. Nice. 5-5.
And just a perfect result there from Brittany.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah, really well done.
Okay.
Yeah, the conservative approach, just like you said, it's essentially left Team Scheidegger without really an opportunity to steal. The guard seems to be pretty high. And with 2 red rocks in the house, the deuce is firmly on at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Hard. Still go.
Right to it.
Hard.
Right up.
Okay, that's good.
Good. Nice call.
She hits and rolls to the back of the 4.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for Team Scheidegger to get out of this one without giving up the deuce. Team Skrlik's going to try to separate these as much as possible. Rolling away into the 12-foot would be ideal here, because I don't think Team Scheidegger is going to come around the center or incur that much risk. I think we'll just see them hit it out and concede the 2, really, at this point in the end.
I'm sure they'll make their efforts to roll behind that center guard. This one really curling. Looks like the weight is down. They're trying to make sure they stay on the rock.
Hard for a piece.
It just clips it and rolls through.
Well, the good news is they pushed it far enough that they remain shot. Obviously, that's going to complicate things a little bit for them, as it does give the opportunity to Team Scheidegger to draw around that center guard now.
I didn't quite catch the camera angle, but I believe you're right. I think the red rock is shot rock, but close enough to take a second look.
Well, it's kind of one or the other, though.
Looks red to me.
I feel like if the line's
That's far too buried to dig out of there, I think.
So you're either like straight there or you're actually trying it. Okay, I like whatever you like, Casey.
As we get a look at assistant ice tech Kyle Winters there with Tim's Ice Manufacturing.
It's just so high, right? Like they can get around it with either turn.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah. It sucks if you're here and then she ever makes this too, right? So, okay. So just T-line. So if we don't hit it, we're T-line. Right?
Yeah.
Sounds like they're just trying to bump it an inch.
Does that look good?
Yeah, and just so they can sit too and get the force on.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider just trying to ignore that red stone and draw around the center?
You certainly could, but you mentioned earlier how high that guard is, so they almost wherever they put it, they feel that Team Skrlik could dig it out. So
where's ideal? T-line?
the best result is to move this red stone that's in the 12-foot and sit 2. This shot's just incredibly hard. Your weight has to be absolutely perfect. Because as we've seen, if the weight's up a little bit, it just won't catch the curl that they're expecting. So,
well, like her Twitter handle suggests, Casey digs. She likes to dig these rocks out of the house.
There you go.
Okay, line's good. Yeah, line. We're not there. We're not there. Hard! All you got, Tay. All you got. All you got.
This one really needs to go for weight.
Come on, Tay. I think leave it. Okay. 16-4. Shoot.
And just falls short.
Okay. Sorry.
So a bit of an unforced error there. Not getting shot stone.
Yeah.
And assuming you're right and it is red, this would be a chance for Kayla Skrlik to,
yeah,
I guess, either open or draw open house over and just spread the house, or throw one around the center guard.
Do you like it?
Well, it's actually a really big opportunity. If she can get it dead buried and high in the house, it might be a chance at 3, but securing the 2 points here is a wise move, I think.
Yeah.
If she does go around the center and slides to T-line or deeper than that, it would present the opportunity for a freeze, so and take the end away.
Just great split screen action from our
If we flop a little bit and it's okay.
head video
guy.
Yeah. James, he's just been fantastic all week. He's been our stream guru and just fantastic, providing us with 4 live streams all week. We've had Curling Stadium in here covering, Curling Zone covering this championship, and we thank James for being with us here all week. Just a super nice guy and doing a stand-up job here with us.
Normal. Normal.
I think we're just 10.
10. Yep.
Good sweep.
You need to stick around here, and she does.
No choice here from Team Scheidegger but to hit the open one, basically concede the 2 points, and
Try to roll to here, eh? Yep.
She still should be able to stick around for shot rock, at least making Kayla do the same thing with the nose hit.
Yep.
All right, 10. Okay. You got it.
the perfect come around from Brittany Tran is what set all of this up. Even with a miss on her second one, the come around was the key in this end.
Yep. Yes. Clean.
Casey Scheidegger just trying to do what she can to at least make Kayla
Nice throw.
deal with this shot zone, and she does, and it's.
Control.
I think it's sad for for shot rock.
Yeah, it's shot stone, so she has to hit it and basically stay in the rings for her 2 points and recapture the lead.
Just control.
Yeah, same speed.
Yeah, exactly. I took a hair less ice.
Yeah, I don't mind that. We can hold it here.
Yeah, exactly. And we can flop
As we
in.
see there, we have our
You
host
got it. Nice and clean.
chair of our organizing committee, Robin Gerard. She's been fantastic hosting this event for us all week. Can't thank her enough for putting on a great show here in Wetaskawin, Alberta. Last stone here for Kayla Skrlik. Nose hit for 2 points.
Ashton.
It's just fine.
And no mistake, Kayla Skrlik taking the 2 points and the lead into the break after 5 ends of action. Kayla Skrlik 5, Casey Scheidegger 4.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you. Sentinel Storage, proudly Canadian and proud sponsor of the 2023 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that. Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
sorry. I wasn't sure if it was H or A.
And we are back here. Championship final Sunday at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Obviously a super exciting first 5 ends of curling, Jeff, and I'm sure we're in for another exciting 5 to come. Can you give us just a bit of an analysis on the first 5?
Well, neither team's scared of each other. That's pretty obvious. There's been tons of rocks in play. They're calling shots that have a high level of difficulty, and they're executing them. It's been nothing but entertainment since the first rock of the game. Every single end has had excitement and big shots with big consequence and huge upside. So just a really exciting first half, and I don't see it changing, to be honest. I think both teams are okay with the style of play that we've seen, and they're gonna continue to do the same things.
Still top 4, 5-5.
Yeah, I think the head-to-head matchup I'm looking at most is kind of at the swing points of the end. The experience level between, you have Kate Hogan on one side and Brittany Tran on the other in the 3rd position. I think the two of them have the opportunity to capitalize on a potential miss from the other one, or if one of them just takes the bull by the horns and throws 100% in the last 5 ends, I think that might be the difference maker here in our last half.
Yeah, definitely, and both have made key shots. We saw the 2 in the 5th end set up by a great come around, and in the 4th end the 3 was secured by a couple good shots by Kate. So just really, really high level of play from both teams. And the thing that I point to in this game is the skip play. Just clutch. You look at the shot that Kayla made for 2 in that 3rd end was just outrageous and so good. And a couple of really clutch hack waiters that Casey made to follow that in the 4th end. It's just really, really good curling, and both skips are proving why they're in the final. You got a clock issue?
As we have a clock issue, we'd like to just recognize all of our fans in attendance, especially the ones in the On Ice Lounge, presented by Original 16. They have been a sponsor of Curling Alberta, the official beer of Curling Alberta, and the sponsor of our local On Ice Lounge. So this is one of the few events we've had, or maybe one of the first events we've had in our Curling Alberta Provincials that has had the On Ice Lounge with some fun carpet. We have, looks like we have a picture here of Lindsay Birch. She has been fantastic as part of the host committee, event managers alongside Ted Appleman and Matt Yo, helping produce the On Ice Lounge with Original 16. So Original 16, one of Canada's most successful regional brewers and an internationally recognized producer of world-class beer. Curling Alberta would love to thank Original 16 for your continued support. For those of you at the event, Original 16 beer will be available at the On Ice Lounge. So pick yours up now and grab a seat. Looks like there's still just a few remaining in the On Ice Lounge.
Okay, line's good. Line's good.
We got the clock sorted out, and we're back at it. And as we mentioned, Jay, corner guard goes up. Looks like we're going to see a few rocks in play in this end as well.
Tight. Just a guard.
Just past the 50-50 logo, just a little shout out to that. If you haven't bought your 50-50 tickets or are looking to purchase more, the jackpot is now almost $4,000 here, and it's only 11:30 this morning. So get your tickets now, get your chance to win. curlingalberta.ca/raffle.
If you can. Room.
It'll be a nice little payday.
Lines, you can go now if you need. I think we're really tight.
And as we broadcasted throughout the week, I'd love to thank just our broadcasters we had in the booth. We had a pretty great cast of broadcasters. Ted Appleman, Adam Enright, both were on the call last night for the semifinal and throughout the week as well as fellow men's competitor Evan Van Amsterdam. He made his broadcasting debut alongside me throughout all day Friday and Saturday morning, and I'm sure he did great. And I think he had a great response from some of his friends and family saying that they loved hearing him on the air. So thank you to those three, and thank you again to Jeff Hoffert here alongside me here calling this final.
Yep. Air quiet. Yep. 11. We're good. Hard. Hard, Jess. Hard. Hard, you got it. 11. Hard, Jess, you got it.
Yep. Hard.
Watch out.
Sorry, I thought. Good.
No zitcher.
And as we see there, Taylor McDonald removing one red stone, leaving the other one on the side of the house.
Nice circle. Clean. Close. Yep. 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 Any roll, Ashton. Good.
And as we see Brittany Tran and Ashton Skrlik sweeping that rock down the ice, it's just so easy to see why these teams make all the shots they do. The sweeping they have is it's fantastic. Just watching just how, I think I watched a game from the 90s yesterday on one of the YouTube channels, and just seeing how much the sweeping element of the game has changed over the years. All of these curlers now are athletes. They're super fit. They go to the gym all the time, and they're able to, you know, just make sure that they make a difference out there.
Yeah, it's evident. They can make way more shots based on the tools they have on their team, and all of the sweepers in this game exemplify that. You're right. They're super fit. Their communication is really good, which it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you don't know how to communicate properly, you're not going to be a very good sweeper. And these two teams do a really good job of that.
And I think, yeah, just on that note, this might be one of the youngest fields, or the youngest field we've ever had here at the Alberta Scotties. We had one junior team that represented the University of Alberta. We also had, I want to say the average age of the event was probably around 25 years old this year, with a few veterans in the field. But you know, it's really nice to see how good we are, how healthy Alberta curling is on the women's side now. And there were a few teams that, you know, they had their chances in past years that weren't actually able to make it this year. So Alberta curling is healthy.
No, the future's really bright. That's nice to see when you have younger fields and younger athletes competing. It speaks to how healthy curling in Alberta is, and how our teams are going to be represented so well for years to come. And like we mentioned, no matter who wins this game, Alberta's taken care of. They're going to have a strong representative at the Scotties.
Back four. Okay. Weight's good.
Okay.
No,
Lean.
wait, back eight.
Lean.
We're there.
Whoa.
Just for line.
Low line.
Weight's really good. We're not tapping.
Low line.
Yes, and that's not to mention one of the teams that was unable to play in this event due to conflict with an international one at the FISU Winter Universiade. Team Grey Withers had been the second, third, fourth team on tour out of Alberta all year. And we saw three of those members actually competing at the Winter Universiade alongside Abby Marks and Paige Papley. I think they finished with a 4-5 record. Very respectable result as they concluded with a couple of wins to finish their week off. Always great to put the Maple Leaf on your back representing Canada at anything, and they chose to do that instead of this compete in this event.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Clean.
Yeah, they did really well, and that's such a cool thing to be a part of. Like you said, anytime you represent Canada, it's special. And that's kind of like a university Olympics, so it's a very, very cool event that they were able to go to. And our Canadian men's team secured the bronze medal yesterday. And I don't know if anybody had the chance to see the shot that Owen Purcell made to set up the steal in the last end, but unbelievable.
Oh yeah, if you haven't watched that, you better find that on the Curling Canada Twitter channels. Owen, I think he threw a 5-second laser beam down the center line and removed 3 red stones.
Yeah, it was unreal. What a great shot.
Back 8. Okay, whoa. We're max right now.
So get back to the action here. Kate Hogan trying to just draw a rock right on top of the red one over on the side of the 12.
Okay, Taylor then.
It has to curl.
It's not doing anything.
It's just hard. It's just hard.
Bit of a different track than maybe they've played so far this game.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
And it slides through the rings.
It's that consistent thing we've seen throughout this game. If the weight's up at all, the line is affected significantly. That was probably 4 feet heavy, and the line was significantly different as a result. So missed opportunity there. They had Had the 2 set up, but
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Jer. Jer. Hard.
Asking Jerry to carve this one in.
Okay.
And just unable to stay in the house.
so it's decision time for Team Scheidegger, and looks like they're going. They're not going to just be happy with the blank and go over and hit shot stone in the 12-foot. They're going to actually try to produce some offense here. So both would be fine. It's just whatever they're comfortable with, and clearly scoring points is what they want to do, which is consistent with how they've played this entire game. So I'm not surprised at all.
I like it. Line's good right now.
We're really good.
Room. Close. Line's still good.
Like we mentioned previously in this game,
Line's still good.
it's important to throw the easy shots to force the other team into the tougher shots.
The
And
line is good.
this is a relatively low-risk opportunity to do that. If she puts this one in a great spot, it's going to force Kayla into a risky shot, not to give up the multiple.
What do you like? Can you see any? No. No? Do you like the run?
Good shot from Kate. It's important to follow a misstep with a made shot like that. Not only for the sake of your team, but for your confidence. She had a miss on her first one, but settled down and made her second one very well. Good to see.
Yeah, Jeff, if you could be 100% with one of your stones, I think you'd rather it be your second one.
Especially if you're the skip.
Yes. This sets up a draw. It looks like a freeze attempt here by Kayla. She talked a little bit about playing the run back, or how much she could see to potentially dig the rock out on the top of the 8-foot there, but I think she's elected to come back down to it with a freeze.
Speed's really nice in this path. Same as
This is probably dealer's choice here. You could play the run back. The result is great on that. It's just whatever you're more comfortable, because whatever you call here, you have to make, or you're giving up to. So it's clearly she's more comfortable with the freeze than with the run back or the chase around the guards. So
this was the same track she played in the 4th end, I believe.
And that one was heavy, so we'll see what happens here. It doesn't look light out of her hands, so
they have Ashton trying to carve this one over, trying to catch a piece of the yellow at least.
We're full back 8. Back 12 even.
As this one slips to the back of the 12.
So same shot, same result, which
Right?
leave things relatively simple for Team Scheidegger here. Go open side, try to secure their 2 points and retake the lead.
Just to your better, Jeff.
Do you like this call, Jay, or would you get aggressive and come around the corner again? Try to set up the 3.
I think you saw just how quickly Kayla Skrlik was to play the run back and they scored the 2 in the 3rd end. I'd be afraid, if you leave a run back double opportunity, you might not have a chance to score 2. I think this is the right play here. Just drawing to the open side, securing your 2, taking the lead into the 7th end. With 4 ends to play in this championship final, I'd rather have the lead than not. So securing that, making sure they just sit somewhere in the 8-foot here.
I'm with you. This is more simple, definitely. It's a lot of margin on this shot, and the lead is important.
Having said that, they need this rock to slow down. Luckily, they have a bit of a catcher in the back 12. And actually, a pretty great result. This rock isn't easily removable, with that rock being frozen right on the red.
Yeah, I think by accident that result is...
We saw a similar shot here in draw number 7. Kayla just looking to remove a rock about in the same place in her final round robin game, and was unable to do that. So we'll see if that at least plays into her head at all. I doubt it will. She should have parked that by now, but for all the people watching draw number 7, this is a chance for her to redeem herself.
Clean, clean, clean.
Hearing clean, that's exactly what you want to hear. And good shot by Kayla Skrlik.
Yeah, make it go away. That was the goal there, and she succeeded. So almost the entire house to draw to here for Casey Scheidegger. I think she'll be close.
Yeah, I think that was just really good for Kayla to exercise those demons from her last game, make that shot go away, and now she won't ever have to worry about that again.
Yeah, it is a relatively routine shot for someone like that, but it can stay in your mind if you miss one, especially at a vital time like she did.
Casey Scheidegger's last stone here in the 6th. Open draw to the full 12-foot for 2 points.
Nice and sharp. It's okay, yeah. Running. Running, really running, not curling.
There it goes, there it goes.
Going now. We're okay. Not going crazy. 15-3. Got a bite 8. You're good, you're good. Nice shot, Casey.
And right to the hearts for Team Scheidegger, getting 2 points and taking the lead back into the 7th end. Fantastic curling thus far, and we'll be seeing more as we come back from the break.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Line's good. Hard, Kate. Hard, Kate. As far as you can. Hard, 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 hard.
And we're back here, 7th end action here on Championship Sunday at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Casey Scheidegger taking the lead after the 6th end with a successful draw to the hearts for 2. Kayla Skrlik takes the hammer into the 7th, throwing the red stones.
Another end, another lead change. That's sort of been the theme of this game so far. No shortage of offense, Jay.
Yes, this end here in 7, I'd love to thank a lot of our local sponsors here in Wetaskawin at Co-op Place. Without local sponsorship, an event like this just can't run. So we'd love to thank all of our sponsors here that may be in attendance and maybe not and watching on the streams. Diamond sponsors Manlock Industries, Wetaskawin Co-op Agro, and Hoffman's Horse Products. Platinum sponsors City of Wetaskawin and Ace Manufacturing. And gold sponsors G3 Canada and Cantera Seeds.
15-5 back and forth. Okay. Probably throw 15-5 here. Yeah.
As we see a glimpse of the original 16 on ice lounge, I was actually corrected by Curling Alberta Championship Coordinator Michael Ladder. We did have an on ice lounge back in 2019 in Okotoks, so this is try number 2. I just didn't think that the carpet was quite as red or didn't have as much of a pattern in it, so it was just a little more noticeable this year. The organizing committee this year just has done a fantastic job running this event here in Wetaskawin. We had some off-ice festivities over the last 2 nights. We've had some live entertainment. We've had on-ice seating. We've had behind-the-sheet seating. We've had all of the live stream action brought to you by James and Curling Stadium. Just a fantastic just ability to showcase our curlers on the top stage here. Basically the Alberta's version of the show.
Yep.
Well, and to complement all that is some pretty fantastic curling, which we've had all week, but it is definitely culminating with this final right now. Entertainment.
Line. Well, clean.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything better I could think of to do at 10 a.m. on a Sunday than come and watch some fantastic curling with these female athletes.
That's lined up for there. I don't mind this.
Okay. I like it.
We can also do that, but I think I like that right now.
With this end taking shape, it looks like we're going to be, again, seeing a lot of rocks in play around that center. It's been a bit of a theme, using those center guards, and at least half the ends. Most of them have been in favor of the team with hammer with the amount of points we've seen scored and placed on the board. So at this point, with a nice tap back there by Ashton Skrlik, I'd say advantage Skrlik with that rock being in front, but Casey guarding. It's going to be just a matter of playing cat and mouse. Will Team Skrlik attempt to peel the guards, or will they attempt to address what's already in the forefoot?
Yeah, the pedal is securely to the floor for Team Scheidegger here. They actually liked how they have the angle set up in the house. They feel like if that red stone is hit, it will jam. The yellow stone will jam on the back red. So they're happy with it, but I think you called the shot here, Jay. The peel's coming up. Team Skrlik wants to make sure that they're not in any danger of giving up a steal in this end. They'd probably be very happy with a blank here, but
no,
we haven't seen one of those yet. So
yeah, it's as the game gets closer to the 10th end, we'll see how these two teams look to maneuver the scoreboard and manage when they score and which ends they're really going to go for it. And it looks like you said, Team Skrlik is taking their foot off the gas. Let's play lots of defensive takeout shots and attempt to potentially blank this end.
Yeah, now that double peel was made perfectly, now the hit is called on that back red stone, which is the safe call. They could have thrown another guard to try to delay things, but that's risky when you have two opponent stones in the house and you don't have the hammer.
Yep. Clean, 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 clean. Good. Nice.
Bonks it right on the nose.
Nose.
4.
You got it. Yeah, speed's good here.
At this point in time, I'm not entirely sure if the angles are lined up right, but there is the opportunity to potentially address the rock in the middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you could make them all go away or not. That would be ideal, but
I've had skips in the past that would have thrown the rock as hard as they could and tried to.
In the past or now?
Hard.
No comment.
Hard, keep going. Good.
As long as this sticks around.
Shot.
It's pretty
That's
good.
actually a pretty decent spot. No double accessible for Team Scheidegger.
Got 10 there?
Yeah.
No choice but to hit it.
Yeah, should finish
10.
right at the end.
I think these are the type of ends where a deuce kind of sneaks up on you if you're the team without the hammer. Having to hit the rock that's not counting in the moment, and you feel like since you have shot rock, you can always get the force on. But it could be decision time later in the end where you might have to decide to throw the guard, or you might set up a potential double of your own.
Hard! Gotta go, Jess.
Any?
Hard. You got a piece. Okay. That'll work. That works.
Okay, if you're Team Skrlik here, you're in a great shape. You could get a cheap deuce out of this, but it's likely going to be the blank, which they're going to be very happy with in this scenario, given the scoreboard. So,
yeah,
really well thought out, well called end here from Team Skrlik.
Yes, get the angles early, address the guards in the center, and take advantage of a missed step by Team Scheidegger.
Yeah, and it was the guard. It was just a little high, which set up a pretty easy double peel, which simplified things throughout the end for Team Skrlik. But they've taken advantage of it. They've
looking to get as much separation as they can here between these two stones, or make the double as hard as possible. Unfortunately, I think they put it in almost the easiest spot to make the double.
Yeah, this one isn't too tough, but I like Kate's chances on this one.
If you're a betting man.
Go big. Clean.
Weights up.
Clean.
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 You're close. Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep. Clean.
Clean. You're good.
Clean. Good, Kate. Good. Good throw.
And no mistake as she clears the house with her final stone here in the 7th.
Okay.
So obviously this end is it's at least trending towards a blank as we've just hopped right into blank territory with the one rock into the house. Do you think this plays into one team's strategy more than the other?
Yeah, I think this is by design by Team Skrlik. They're going to go into the 8th end, 2 hammers to 1, and have the opportunity to get 2 in the 8th end, which will set them up to retake the lead. So
10-8, it was good in the middle.
they're doing this on purpose. They want that hammer advantage with 3 ends to go, so they're happy with this. And I don't think Team Scheidegger is too upset either because they have the lead. So burning off another end isn't the worst thing in the world. It's a unique scenario where it's kind of both teams are okay with what's happening.
Put it in the middle. Okay. Foot is good.
Yeah, speed's good here. Kind of the same as before the break.
Okay.
Yes, a rare change of pace as this end has had
You got it.
multiple
Like just what I threw this way is good for the spot.
Yeah, really good.
changes in momentum, even between ends, between shots. This one, obviously the trending towards the blank, not many rocks in play. They're saving all of their energy for the final 3.
Yeah, this end didn't start that way. It just as the end progressed, there became an opportunity to make the double peel and then bring the play into the house. Then 2 doubles later, here we are, and it's
15-5.
the most stress-free end we've had.
Definitely a sharp contrast between this game and their round-robin matchup. Their round-robin matchup, I was sitting in the Curling Alberta booth beside Sheet A watching, and Team Skrlik really put the boots to them. They got the lead early and just kept it. And there were a series of steals in the middle ends to get Team Skrlik out to a bigger lead, and the game was over after 8. So obviously both teams really come to play today, and with some great shot making we've seen out of both skips.
You got it.
Yeah, I think if you would have asked Team Skrlik if they thought the same thing was going to happen in this game, they probably would have said no. They were ready for a battle today, and it's hard to do that twice to a team as good as Team Scheidegger, and I think they were ready, and it's obviously showing up in their shot making and how good this game has been.
Yes, and you think maybe that round robin matchup was likely a good thing for Team Scheidegger to get that one game out of the way, and obviously it hasn't shown up again all week. So some teams, they need that one game just to get all of the misses and the unfortunate events out of their system. As Team Scheidegger just looks to nose this rock here on the top 8, we have flipped to 4 fine gentlemen with Tim's Ice Manufacturing. The host committee, we have Ted Appelman and Matt Yo there. We have fantastic host committee here in Wetaskawin, Alberta. They'll also be taking control of our Alberta Men's Provincial Championships at Enoch Cree Nation at the River Cree Casino at the arena there, the Twin Arenas. So you'll be seeing the same coverage there that we had here in Wetaskawin. So should be a fantastic event there. We have I would say the 2 favorites, Team Botcher and Team Cooey, both in that provincial championships with some great young teams. Team Sturmey, Team Slachinsky. The men's field in Alberta is just as strong as the women's, if not stronger. So lots of entertainment there. Get your tickets now.
All right.
I think that they're available on Ticketmaster.
Yeah.
As we have a hit and roll out, Kayla Skrlik just looking to throw this rock right through the rings. Take hammer into the 8th.
Yeah.
Mission accomplished for Team Skrlik.
Good. 9. Yeah, good. Good.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Sometimes curling just isn't as fun as it can be on the Nintendo Switch. With up to 4 players per console, you can enjoy curling with your friends and family anywhere, anytime. Let's play curling. Available now only on Nintendo Switch.
Welcome back to Wetaskawin, Alberta here, the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts Championship Final here this Sunday morning as we approach noon here in Alberta. We have Team Skrlik and Team Scheidegger. Team Scheidegger has a 1-point advantage here going into the 8th. The one-up without scenario here against Team Skrlik with 3 ends remaining.
Just right here. Just right here.
Corner guard is up. Rock was thrown into the house with leads first with Team Scheidegger. We're set up for some fine action here in the 8th.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Team Skrlik go hard in this end for their multiple, try to retake the lead. That was the purpose of the blank in the last one, is to make sure that they could have the hammer in this 8th end and get on the offense.
Max right now.
Easy then.
Really tight. Just running.
Yes, this all-important 8th end will be brought to you by Best Western, proud accommodation partner of Curling Alberta. Best Western is celebrating 75 years of hospitality. Best Western Hotels and Resorts is an award-winning global network of hotels located in over 100 countries and territories that offers accommodations for all types of travelers. I think we've been a proud partner with they've been a proud partner of Curling Alberta for over 20 years now. With a local Best Western in Wetaskawin, we know many of our athletes and fans will experience their dedicated hospitality this week. Thank you to Best Western International for always providing our curlers with a home away from home while they're on the road for much of the season. I know whenever I go to a curling event now in Alberta, it's Best Western or bust.
Control.
So
clean.
thank you to Best Western.
Yep. Clean. Yep. 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 Control. Clean.
Important this one stays in the house. They're trying for the roll. As long as that hangs around, it'll be okay.
Good shot. 9-7.
Yeah, pretty good.
Huh?
That's out?
No.
She did it. Yeah.
Thought about being aggressive there for a second, but
I think throw 9 out
a
here.
little influence from her team has her taking the safe route, which I think is wise in this case. You don't want that little clinger at the back to come back to bite you later in the end. So.
Kind of wait. Yeah, probably still
10.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
10. Little big.
Hard.
Little big.
Hard.
10.
Yep.
We're
Hard.
good.
Hard. Okay, whoa. Let's just roll out. Okay, shoot.
And hitting and staying, but
Yeah.
not entirely sure if that one hung in the rings.
Top 4. Speed's very nice here.
Yeah, the camera angle's always tricky from here, but it looks out to me.
Got it.
Kayla didn't even look at it. She's going around the corner all day. It doesn't really matter to her, I don't think, if it's in or not.
Yes, her strategy, like you said, she's gonna
Line's good.
put the pedal down
Room.
here, trying as hard as
Close.
she can to score a
Line's
multiple
okay.
and take the lead after the
No,
8th end.
never straight.
Using the corner guard she threw up for a reason.
No, Ashton. Britt.
We're just T.
Okay. Right here. Right here's perfect line.
Right there.
Okay.
We're to it.
Good.
Well done.
5-4.
And just like in the, was it the fourth
Battery
end?
run.
Draw around the corner guard, fifth end.
I like
perhaps.
that.
Draw around the corner guard and sets up the potential for a 2-score here for Team Skrlik.
Top 8 it looks like.
Yeah, that was really well done. Perfect line, perfect weight. Let's see if Jesse can match.
Line's good, easy.
Jesse Hine, long time
Now we're really close.
teammate of
Just the line.
sister Casey Scheidegger.
Close.
Top 4.
Plenty of experience
Yeah.
attending
Yeah,
the
Poppy!
Canadian
Go!
Junior Championships, U18
No
Championships,
bump! No bump!
Alberta Scotties,
No
the
bump!
Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
No bumps.
I think those two have done it all together so far. Hoping to go back to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Just a
How much do
couple
you have?
feet heavy. Chapping off a little bit.
I think
Potential
we're
for
playing
a,
back line still.
a hit and roll
Trying to
under
just
here
do
from
this,
Team
a little
Skrlik to
flop
really
in.
put the pressure on.
Back line.
Oh, very close. 2 feet more. You got it, Jer.
This is May. This is going to put a lot of pressure on Team Scheidegger.
Clean. Back 4. Yep, then. Yep. 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 Do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ashton.
As this rock is approaching that corner guard, over curling, and still sitting kind of in the way,
That's good
covering that
weight.
yellow stone.
Just a hair soft.
Doesn't look like there's much of a hole there, but
It
It looks really gross from here.
okay.
It looks there.
I don't mind this.
They only have half a rock.
Okay.
Is like that?
No. I think we should
You like
talk about
that?
Just an
I
unfortunate
think we
error
should talk
there
about
from
it.
Jerry Lynn Ramsey. They
Time
had the opportunity to really put the pressure down after that rock chapped
We'll have
off.
half of that rock through the hole.
Now it's
Okay.
just kind of
It looks like it
decision
always
time
just
for
catches on the
Team
outside, right?
Scheidegger. Do they
I just don't
try to force the issue?
Okay.
Maybe,
Why don't we just go
I don't know if there's a steal opportunity that might present itself down the line.
I like that.
Yeah, it's how
I like that.
aggressive do you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
be in this
Yeah,
situation?
yeah.
They're already sitting 2, so they have the force on. It's just how do they shrink that scoring zone and
That's really
potentially
hard
lead
to
to
make.
a steal? It's
Becomes harder
as
to
of right
get
now,
really
it's
top
not really looking like a steal because the 4-foot's wide open
I
and
love putting another guard in play. And the
Kayla has a relatively simple shot for her 1, but
Yeah, I like the freeze.
I like the
actually.
freeze.
I'm thinking freeze on our own.
Coach Joan McCusker out
On
there.
our own, yeah.
tolerance here is top low.
It's
Yes,
there.
it is.
Okay. Okay.
So I think
Freeze on our
on
own.
A as well then.
Yeah.
For sure. On the beach,
Yeah.
Yeah.
try not to stagger them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If we're short, I think you just cook for curl and try to
Sure.
And just
get
get in
under
the way.
there, right?
Yeah,
And, like try
get in
to
the
take
way.
the hole away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, it's lightning here.
Okay. Let's make
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
very fast.
So they're definitely throwing a draw shot. What would their options be here, Jeff?
Well, they could come in the house again and sit 3 just to really secure the force. And it looks like they're going to come around that guard to block off a potential for Team Skrlik to do that. They could also guard their shot stone,
Okay.
the one that's in the 8-foot.
Yeah, high 15, 16.
As we alluded to, it's not really that great of a stone that will likely lead to a steal, so that
Yeah.
might incur some unnecessary
safe.
risk. So I think this is probably the safer of the 2
You
options,
got it. Nice and true.
because they're really happy getting the force here. Going to 9 tied would be a really good situation for Team Scheidegger.
Okay, it's on its own. You're
Okay, well,
on its own.
room.
Close.
Really
Room.
Close.
Close. Yes. Line. Room. Room. Room.
No bounce!
Room.
Jesse!
Are we
Always
deep?
Jesse!
Are we
Thinking
deep?
they might have needed to go for
hard,
line.
Straight. Hard. Okay. Okay.
Coming down to the back of the 4-foot, slipping a little deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted. Now they're leaving an opportunity for a freeze for Team Skrlik here that'll make this stone really hard to remove. They likely would have wanted that in the top 8 to block something like this from happening. Little misstep there. Opportunity for Brittany to put this in a really good spot.
Okay. Clean. Line's good. Ashton.
Again, asking Ashton to
Hard.
try to carve this rock
Hard,
over.
Ashton. Or anything. Ooh.
really needing to move.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not.
And as it goes by that rock in the back of the tee line.
Just heavy, all the way heavy.
Yeah,
and
half into the 8 to Frozen, that's not bad. I like top 8, even top 12.
Because this rock, this guard is over guarding the edge of the 4-foot. There really isn't anything that is preventing Team Skrlik from still scoring their 1 point at the moment. So although they're as these rocks start to accumulate in the house, it starts to get a little more worrisome for Team Skrlik, but they look like they will still have that outturn draw.
Yeah, it seems right now anyways that they're going to have the 4-foot. So it's not a real scary situation, but what Team Scheidegger needs to do here is make sure that this rock is in the way of that freeze that was previously called.
Freeze right to it. Freeze right to it.
No, it's already there.
I don't think they want to give Brittany the same shot twice.
No, don't go. No, you
This
don't
one's
have to.
really curling over and
Okay.
Okay.
Seems like they've done that though. The freeze opportunity is there.
Do you
And
guys like the freeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kayla asks if they like the freeze, knowing that it hasn't been a shot they've made yet.
I think this spot is just really fast. We've seen both teams be a little heavy there, and that's 3 in a row now that are heavy. So it tells me that it's just faster than they think it is in that spot.
We heard Casey Scheidegger mention that she got a 14.8 on that. So the ice is still running with a nice speed of approximately 15 seconds to the tee line.
It's quick.
Ashton, you have to go.
And you know, this might be one of those things where it's timing 15, but it's feeling faster than that even.
It seems that way. You don't see athletes of this caliber be heavy this many times in a row. I think it's just so fast, and it's catching them off guard.
So now this might be a chance for Casey to get a little closer to the center line now, bringing that steal opportunity into play.
Now with every rock they throw, they inch a little closer to the button, and every inch could matter when the draw to the 4-foot is going to be called upon by Kayla Skrlik. So.
Feels like it's getting faster.
Luckily for Kayla, that Red Rock stopped behind the 4-foot, and I think if they were to run into it, they would still be shot rock. So it's at least potential backing for last stone draw. At least for now.
Early if you can. Little tight line. You gotta go. Line's tight.
Casey Scheidegger with her first stone here in the 8th end.
Where are you?
Yes.
Line is tighter.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's just approaching that corner guard, just wicks off of it and rolls into the tight guard zone, covering all of the yellow stones, but still leaving the same opportunity for Kayla Skrlik.
Yeah, and that's going to work against Team Scheidegger, that stone. It's going to act as a guard if this shot is made. She wants to be frozen on that yellow, but that's not really as important as being shot stone.
I just took a hair more ice than yours, Brett.
Yeah.
It's pretty lightning in this path right now.
Yeah.
Probably need 8 less than your last one. Okay, and then full 4. Yeah. Just frozen. You got it.
Kayla Skrlik with her first here in the decisive 8th end. The all-important 8th end of play here in our championship final.
It looks close, guys.
Been a pattern of being heavy. We'll see if Kayla Skrlik can change that pattern here.
Finally!
Sweepers seem to really like it. They think they need to go. They get it by the guard. And it just chaps over and sits in a really good spot for Kayla.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. That previous stone thrown by Casey Scheidegger is in the way. This is about half buried, so it can't be easily removed.
Yeah, I was like...
She'll have a pretty precise freeze here to make sure that
we cannot
she takes away the 2 opportunity.
Have 5 million rocks of backing. Just like...
Yeah, all of the heavy stones they've had, Team Skrlik, it really hasn't increased the
They're built
Yeah,
in
we
the
tapped
wall.
it.
Yeah.
The difficulty for the shot for Kayla, like they've had the same shot over and over again, and it was just a matter of time before one of those rocks was going to end up in a desirable place.
It is lightning there, though. I literally.
Yeah, they've certainly had their opportunities this end, and Kayla decided to capitalize. Same shot here for Casey, though. It's.
Yeah, it looks like if she just taps the rock back, she might still be able to sit for shot rock, and on the right angle. Precise draw here. Casey Scheidegger with her last.
There'll be shots on our ones. Way bigger kick.
Close. Yes! Yes! Hard!
Kate Hogan having the sweepers on it for line. And it looked like it just over curled by a few inches, so it leaves Team Skrlik with shot stone and the opportunity to draw in for a second point.
Yeah, it just took its move, and you could hear the seriousness in Kate's voice as she called line there. That line was so important there. They had to only hit 3/4 of that stone instead of nosing it just to make sure that they remained shot stone. So exactly what Team Skrlik wanted here. They have, instead of the 4-foot for 1, they have the chance to get the 4-foot for 2 here and take the lead in the 9th end.
You got it nice and clean.
Yes, really big moment here for Team Skrlik. Last stone here, Kayla Skrlik, 8th end of play.
That's more.
To the back one.
She needs about full 4-foot for her 2.
No, just wait. Just wait. Whoa! Just wait.
Really close.
Wait.
Line only.
Sweepers not wanting to go. This one approaches the hearts. They do have backing, and they've used it. It appears that it is 2. So Kayla Skrlik taking the lead now, 7-6, heading into the 9th end. Another lead change. We'll be back with more exciting curling action in this championship final.
I was like, no, never off the yellow. I'm like.
The roaring game. We all love it, but sometimes curling just isn't as fun as it can be on the Nintendo Switch. Don't get stuck in your curling club this year. Learn the game inside and out. Play for your favorite country and take the curling world by storm. With up to 4 players per console, you can enjoy curling with your friends and family anywhere, anytime. Let's play curling. Available now only on Nintendo Switch.
Be like bored. Fair.
We're back live here at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. Kayla Skrlik was able to take her 2 points in the 8th end to take the lead into the 9th. A bit of a back and forth end there with a series of heavy rocks, but Kayla was able to make the ones that counted and secured her skip's deuce.
Yeah, it wasn't a really scary end for Team Skrlik throughout. They always had the 4-foot. They weren't ever in a ton of risk giving up a steal, given that outturn side for 1 was always there. So they were just able to let the end progress and get the skip's deuce out of it. So obviously it took really good execution from Kayla in the end and taking advantage of some Team Scheidegger misses. But that's what they wanted in the 8th end there. That's why they blanked 7, is to get 2, regain the lead in 8, and 1 up with 2 to go here.
This 9th end was brought to you by Boston Pizza. For more than 50 years, Boston Pizza has a proud history of participating and giving back to the communities in which we live and operate our restaurants. Boston Pizza understands the value of being involved in the community. Boston Peds is honored to be involved and support the community where it needs it the most. They know the strength that is required from the community to host events such as the Sentinel Storage, Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts, and thank Wetaskawin for having the same passion for curling that they do. Thank you, Boston Pizza.
You gotta go. Hard.
You want to be in?
Yeah. Yep. Nice, hey?
As we see the center guard up and the come around made.
Top 8.
This is an interesting end here. Now we're in the 9th. Both teams wanting to be in the best position that they can heading into that final end.
You got it.
What would you think the strategy would be here for Team Skrlik?
Well, they're gonna go hard for the force. They want the hammer in the last end, and if they can be tied, that really sets them up well. So they're going to go hard for the force, and that might turn into giving up a 2 in the end, but that still gives them the hammer down 1, which isn't that bad of a spot. What they really probably don't want is to give Team Scheidegger the blank. I wouldn't think that's what they would want, but at the end of the day, their minds are on the force. That's their goal.
Okay, and then on the flip side, we have Team Scheidegger now trailing in the game. How would they approach this end?
Well, the blank will play well for them. Then they can take the hammer into the last, knowing that if they get 2, they win the game. They'll take their 2 now as well. They'll be okay with that. Having the lead in the last end is always good. So but what they don't want to do is get forced. So they'll at all costs not get forced. And obviously a steal is really bad as well. But 2 or blank for them. That's what's in their mind, or more than 2. Take that as well.
Oftentimes, 2 and blank.
Really trying.
You'll either get one or the other. It's pretty hard for you to get, have an opportunity for both of them to be in play. So you'll have to kind of make a decision in the middle of the end whether or not you really want to go for it and go for the 2 and risk that, steal or the force, or you can maybe just put the red light on. We're gonna try to hit everything we can and get the blank.
We're shot.
One of the more interesting ends in curling. Sometimes you'll see the first rock go in the house, the next team just hits it and you'll blank it out. Sometimes you'll see teams intentionally give up a steal just so they don't get forced in the end as well. So interesting to see how this end will play out.
Yeah, I think it's just team preference. Like, where do you want to be in the last end? Do you want to have the lead without the hammer? A lot of teams are really comfortable with that. They're comfortable playing defense and getting the force in that last end. Or do you want to be the one down with hammer, knowing that you have the chance to get 2 and win the game? So, and every team has a preference. So I think we'll see what the preferences of these 2 teams based on their decision making in this end.
Yeah, just the way this game is trending with the amount of 2 scores that we've seen, the team with hammer has had a ton of success. Team Scheidegger might just be thinking, you know what, let's take the hammer into the 10th. We've already scored a 3. We've already scored a 2. On the flip side, hey, if we can get a 3 here, that flips the scoreboard completely in our favor. So I think we'll see at some point in this end they'll really make that decision, and it'll be a team decision whenever it is.
Yeah, offense hasn't been too hard to find in this game. So the team who's, if you're down 1 with in the last end, I'm sure that's a pretty comfortable spot.
Needed. Yep. Minimum.
Casey Scheidegger asking her sister Jessie to remove this stone from play. Try to sit 3 in the house. Diving towards the guard. Taylor McDonald hard on the sweep. And fantastic sweep. Does the job. So Casey Scheidegger sitting 3 rocks here in the 9th.
Probably playing this run double.
What a great sweep. Just picked her up right away, and Taylor made that shot for her. Great sweep.
That's fine.
Yeah, even nose is fine, actually. I don't mind nose.
And Kayla calling the run back here. You can see a piece of the 1 yellow and the entire other yellow rock sitting in the side of the 4-foot, electing to raise their own rock in.
It's relatively short, so I like her chances here.
Trying to get this rock to curl. It's close. Making contact with 2, removing 1, and sitting in for what appears to be 3rd shot. So it looks like Casey Scheidegger is... Oh yeah, my eyes did not deceive me. They are sitting 2, drawing to sit a 3rd.
I'm seeing that. Okay. What do you like there? I don't even hate a nose.
The one saving grace that Team Skrlik has here is that close to center guard.
You're 12-5 on
that could be their saver later on, being able to hide behind that. But there's no denying they're in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say the alarm bells kind of went off, knowing that the rocks in front of the house, that even though they were their color, they weren't really helping them too much. Attempting to raise the rock in. Not getting the best result, but still removing a yellow.
I think we're playing this double for now. Or can you play the thin double?
And typically when one team's in trouble, they're playing shots that are much more difficult than the other team.
Yeah, the level of difficulty certainly goes up. Like this double is obviously there. It's
firm, yeah.
10 feet apart though, so requires a certain level of precision.
Well, yep, clean. Whoa. Yes! Whoa, whoa. Yes.
This rock is curling. Oh, they tried the audible there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, went right between the two yellows. So both yellows now, one is half buried, one completely buried behind that off-center red guard. Shaping up to be maybe one of those times when Casey says, you know what, I don't want to play for the blank. Let's try for 2. 3 would be a bonus.
I like the draw.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see Team Skrlik go decision time to actually put it all on the line and play maybe a freeze or something a lot more aggressive than she would have wanted to before this end started, but it might save the game for her.
You got it.
Stay patient.
Yep.
As I take a look over at the time clocks, both teams are very healthy for time. Looks like the low end is 9 minutes remaining, and they still only have an end and a half. So time will never be an issue, and until it is, I guess, at the end of the game. But it shouldn't be an issue.
It would be hard to eat up 12 minutes in one end, but
Becky,
just tee.
Okay, hard. Deeper than that. Hard then.
You got it. Back
hard.
Hard.
Wanting this one to be in the back of the house.
Coming down.
Hard.
Just making sure they don't leave a double opportunity.
Hard. Split tee. Go to split tee.
And great sweep from Jesse Hine and Taylor McDonald.
Control. Okay.
So yes, big advantage for Team Scheidegger.
Yeah, the depth of that was very important. What they didn't want to leave is a hit and roll either behind the close to center guard, and then that other yellow that's in the top of the house. The focus for Team Skrlik now is almost to force them to 2. Because right now the 3 is very live, and there's no real good doubles, so hit and roll here, move the rocks closer together, and hope you have a double on skip stones.
No roll.
Just not getting quite enough curl there.
Roll away.
Little flop that way.
Leaving Casey the opportunity to keep that house split.
Yeah.
Just like a rock.
11.
Okay, I'm gonna
At what point in the end would you just choose to ignore this stone, or would you?
I like that.
Well, I think they're calling the roll away here, and it like I said, it could be decision time to freeze that back one if you can sit second shot by doing it, because then you're limiting the 3 score to a 2 score. It'll effectively be the same as a double.
Yes, obviously from the perspective of Team Skrlik.
Yes.
Yes, you would never ignore the stone if your team Scheidegger.
Oh, if your Team Scheidegger, no, because it's second shot, you would hit it.
Yeah, so Team Skrlik, I mean, if there was a little opportunity to roll, I think you want to take it with this one.
Yeah, that's because that roll towards the center. This does give the opportunity to Team Skrlik to roll back underneath all of that, but
Board.
He's calling for board weight. This is often the weight choice that, you know, if you're a little bit down on the weight, this is where that fine line is with arena ice, where board weight hits might run fairly straight, but if you're less, you might catch a lot of curl. So just important for Kayla to have the right weight.
Ashton. Ashton, close.
This one really hanging out there.
Yep.
And they have caught the curl.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And rolling just too far. So kind of got caught in between. They might have had a chance to actually jam that rock into the back 8-foot. Overcurled the initial shot selection and just rolled right through the house. So.
Yeah, it seemed like she threw that really good. She had good weight. It was just it curled more than they anticipated, and Jerry Lynn did have them on it, maybe a couple seconds late, just in order to get the perfect roll. Like you said, caught in between. Because that curl's 2 inches more or an inch more, and they're making the double, and then we're not talking about a 3 anymore. So
yeah, you got it, Case. Nice and sharp.
As they've done all end, looking to just draw this one to the back of the house.
Back 8, even back 12. T-line back 4.
Wanting this one back 8.
Back 8, even back 12.
Sweepers on this one early.
Yeah, hard. Right here, you got to be as deep as it goes. Right to here. Really curling.
Making sure this one is at least on the tee line.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, fantastic rush there from the front end of Team Scheidegger, Jesse Hyen and Taylor McDonald.
I have to throw.
yeah, really good sweep there. That was important that was back there. The higher that is, the roll possibility would be there for them to get out of this end. That's a pretty flat double now on those back two. They need to decide whether they want to play the freeze on the back one, or which essentially puts the game on the line.
Options. We could play the run double. It's tough. I agree. This hidden
So we
roll.
see fifth person, Crystal Webster.
Or and yeah, or we freeze. What do you like?
I mean, I think the easiest of the options is probably the freeze, but you don't have to bring a 4 ball into play.
Yeah.
But if you're feeling confident with that shot, I think that's what you look to the highest probability.
Yeah.
You should be confident in
right
where you're throwing.
So the options here obviously would be to play the draw, play the double, or potential hit and roll. They also mentioned the run back double right when Crystal showed up for the timeout.
That's got a lot of risk. Not that the freeze doesn't, or
this is the draw path that they would have played in the first end, I think, and you know, that's obviously a long time ago between now and then.
What are you doing, Jay? This is your decision.
You know, if it's me, I think you know, the game is on the line if you try the freeze. If you're really comfortable with draw weight and you can play the freeze, I think that's your best leave. It's the easiest way to get to that spot is just by drawing there. It's going to put the game on the line if you give up a 4 for sure, right? Being down by 3 is definitely not what you want to do, but it might give you the best chance to only give up 2. And like you said, forcing the team to 2 is a win at this point.
Definitely.
And if you can just get to that spot, I think you just try your best, and that's going to give you your best opportunity to get to that spot.
I agree with you. I think the freeze is the call. There's some margin on it. As long as you're buried, you don't have to be to the back one. As long as you're buried and it's difficult to remove, you're doing your job. You still might leave them a pick for 3 or something there.
You also definitely don't need to be shot here. Like obviously, if you do and you can get it all the way around, like that's a bonus. But you get to the back one, I think that's also
hidden is the most important.
Yes, big time. 4 stone here in the 9th end for Kayla Skrlik.
Yep.
Sweepers on it.
Room.
Brittany Tran and Ashton Skrlik wanting to go for weight.
Line only. No, line only.
And this one's carrying through the 4-foot and curling right up to the nose. It's a fantastic result there from Kayla Skrlik.
An absolute game saver. Called and made, like just really clutch. That I think she knows that her provincial winning dreams were on the line there and stepped up huge. Great shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just you know, you look at the risk like she did in the third end with that run back. Sometimes you just decide, you know what, I don't care. I'm just gonna make this shot.
Yeah, and she knew she had to, and she did. Like really, and that was a team shot, all in, and like Jerrylyn calling the line, and the Brushers just putting that like shepherding that to the perfect spot. It's just unbelievably good.
Having said that, this is an open draw to a piece of the forefoot here for Casey Scheidegger with her last stone for 2 points and the lead here in this championship final.
Really curling. Where are we? Kate. No backing or anything.
Sweepers on this one.
15-3. You got to be fully.
Right on the tee line. It's where they want it, and that is where they've put it. So again, we have another lead change. Now Team Scheidegger taking the lead, 8-7, going into our final end of play here in the championship final. We'll see you after the break.
So you're a pizza person, but you're married to a wing person, and your kids are salad people? You can't pick your fam, but with over 50 menu items to choose from, you can make them all happy. Order today and enjoy Boston Pizza at home.
Welcome back to Championship Finals Sunday here at the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. I have Jeff Hoffert with me here in the booth, Jason Ginter here. Happy to have brought to you this final game. What a game. We've had plenty of lead changes throughout. Just deuces are flying across the board. We've had a two-score or a blank ever since the second end. You know, both teams seeming to have left their force efficiency at home, but at least it left it in the second end. And you know, it's just really important now to forget about that and try your best if you're Team Scheidegger here to get the force on.
It seems funny to be disappointed with a 2-score, and they had the 3 set up, and a really clutch shot by Kayla to take that away on her last. But it's an odd thing to be disappointed by just getting a 2 and knowing the situation they're in a game where offense has been so readily available every single end, that it's not the safest place in the world to have the lead in the 10th. But
line's good.
Yeah, and you think if you're Kayla Skrlik, that end really wasn't shaping out well for you. I think you're really happy just to give up a 2, especially after that final stone. That, you know, the really clutch draw from Kayla.
And that's a pick. That's unfortunate, especially when at this juncture of the game, it is part of the game, but those are so terrible to see.
10th end of play here, brought to you by another Curling Alberta sponsor, Bel Air Direct. Bel Air Direct offers Curling Alberta's curlers and their families with exclusive discounts on insurance. With the increasing living costs, Bel Air Direct understands the importance of providing members at Curling Alberta clubs a discount on car, home, condo, and tenants insurance.
Room line. Good line. Okay. Really tight.
It's a really unfortunate break there for Team Skrlik.
Yeah, that's tough.
You never want to pick, but especially with lead stone in the 10th end, that's really unfortunate. Gives Team Scheidegger an opportunity to throw up the center guard, bring play towards the center, and force Team Skrlik to manufacture their deuce with one less rock, I guess.
Well, that would have been way worse before the 5-rock rule came in, because then they wouldn't have even had a corner at all. At least this next one's protected as well. If it's any consolation, they'll still at least get a guard. But they got to park that unlucky instance and focus on trying to win this game by getting more than one.
As you see, Ashton Skrlik just taking an extra second and a hack just to regroup, reset. This rock's just as important as any other this end.
Room. Yeah. Wait's good. Okay, room for now. Your rock. Gotta wait. Tight. You can go, Jer. You can go. Yeah, you gotta go. As far as you can take it. Put it over. A little higher than your room. Hard, hard, hard.
So here we are, 10th end now. Corner guard is up right on that 50-50 logo. You can purchase your 50-50 tickets all the way till 10 p.m. tonight. Until 10 p.m. tonight, we'll have our draw set. 50-50s have run every day from Tuesday all the way through our championship final Sunday. Last night's jackpot approached $7,000, I believe. We're currently over $5,000 and climbing. So get your 50-50 tickets now, curlingalberta.ca/raffle, or you can purchase them in-house. I'm looking into the crowd and I'm seeing somebody purchasing 50-50 tickets. If you're looking for some and you're in-house, find someone with a yellow bib that says 50-50 on it. Purchase yours now.
Really good. I think we're playing this peel, Jer. Peel? Yeah. Just soft nose.
So Team Skrlik's trying to give themselves a little room here. They know that getting 2 wins them the game, but giving up a steal obviously loses them the game. And I think they're trying to potentially just protect their 1 point to keep them playing, but they just need room. So this is a wise call.
Okay, good.
Just misses that corner guard, thankfully.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would not have been good.
You got it.
So after that unfortunate first stone, the piece of debris, you know, it's advantage Team Scheidegger at the moment, at least the way the rocks are sitting. But, you know, there's a ton of end to play. We'll see how Team Skrlik looks to maneuver some of these rocks around and generate some offense. All the while making sure they do still have their chance to score one.
A little deeper. You gotta get some water.
Okay, that's good.
So that rock slipping down, likely a little bit deeper than they may have wanted there, just giving at least an opportunity for the double peel.
If you nick the guard, it's never bad. Yeah, 11.5 speed will be good in this class.
They've elected to instead address the rock in the top of the 8-foot. Do you like this call, Jeff?
Yeah, I think it's accessible right now, so they can go at it and free up as much scoring zone as they can, and then get aggressive with backhand rocks.
Sweeper's on it right out of Jerry Lynn's hand.
Whoa, don't roll it.
Just clips that center guard, rolls over just above the Scotties logo there in the edge of the 12-foot.
Put it back.
At least it stuck around. It's not ideal, obviously, but now they have 2 corner guards. They have stuff to work with to build some offense in the back half of this end. So all is not lost
here for Team Scheidegger. Just throwing rocks towards the center line and guarding them. I think they're just happy making Team Skrlik do all the hard, the heavy lifting here, generating the offense.
Easy to start.
Is there anything else Team Scheidegger could look at this point?
Line's good.
Not really.
You can go.
Because they can't really peel both corners right now, so they're in a pretty decent spot, so they might as well protect that. Do no harm to what they've already have set up.
Good spot. Good, Kate.
Great result there from Kate Hogan. Those rocks are spread out about as far as they can be. One rock in the high guard zone and one just in front of the house. So this double peel is about as difficult as it can be.
It's not a replay this. What do you think's easier? How much do you have of this one? Yeah. Okay. I don't mind this.
They went after that top 8 stone with their last stone. Now that they have the guard to roll behind, I would assume that they would do the same.
Yeah, I like this call. I think they go for the big roll. That guard is so high that it's probably not really a factor, and they want to hit the high side of this stone to get the roll anyways, so...
Clean. Clean. Close. Clean. Yep. Clean. Close. Yes. Yep.
This is close, trying to get that roll behind the corner.
Roll it.
Oh, very well executed shot from Brittany Tran.
Yeah, that's fantastic. That's just really well done. Well called, because those rolls are tough to read sometimes, especially when you need to hit that little of the stone. Because that was close to rolling out, but just they trusted it, and really good result.
They actually didn't get rid of the yellow stone. It did hang around in the back of the 12, but the red rock is still sitting there for shot stone.
So they're hoping will be their second point and their game winner. So
Off if you're heavy.
yeah, as this end gets closer to skip stones, you have to just take a look at that corner guard out of the corner of your eye there. Knowing that Kayla made that corner run back in the third end,
Line is great. Really close.
Team Scheidegger's going to have to be careful where they're going to put their guards, where they're placing their stones in the house, because that could be the final nail in the coffin if Kayla were able to make that again.
Well, yeah, and I think she will attempt it, because knowing that her odds of making that are probably better than her odds of winning in the extra, if that comes up.
Yes, hold that thought for now, as Kayla Skrlik has asked Brittany Tran for the double clear.
Whoa. No.
And able to get two guards out, one of them being the corner, leaving that stone at the top, or at the tight guard zone, covering the rock right on the hearts.
Yeah, because I want to just be center line, right?
Yeah, a bit unfortunate there that they got rid of that red, because that, as you mentioned, could have been the one that they were going to send back for the win. So it's getting a little nervous times here for Team Skrlik.
Ready. Split center.
Halfway?
On the end. Yeah. Great. Even a little higher is great.
Sounds good. It still feels really quick here.
Yeah.
So looking for a high guard at this point.
You got it.
I think if you're the skip in a provincial final and you're being asked to throw a guard on your first stone in the last end, I think you're pretty happy at this point if you're Casey.
I think so too.
All there. Tight. Where? Tight. No. Halfway. It's over curling. Really coming down. It's really over curling.
Hearing that the weight might be a little heavy and it's over curling. Now the weight's really coming off. They need to get this rock over the center, or over the hog line.
Over and off.
Okay.
Over and off.
Okay. That's all right.
And they do. Slight over curl. Timeout called from Team Skrlik.
We're probably playing this run, hey? And making her replace it. It's that or we play this tap, but that's like...
She has run.
Yeah.
Interesting, we see 3 members of Team Skrlik down at the playing end, with 5th Crystal Webster coming down and lead Ashton Skrlik slowly making her way down.
Yeah.
I think if they have the chance to move that rock off the button, they have to. They likely won't get a better opportunity than this on her last one, given that they don't have that angle run. The other corner is quite a bit further over, which is far thinner.
Which way are we running? Like this way? Yeah. Just off nose. Honestly,
and if they make this
I would
double,
go for nose, and with the turn I'm throwing,
they still have their rock that's buried behind the corner.
jamming
So
on that though ever? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Peel?
So with the guard that Casey just threw, basically not guarding this tight guard. It's giving Kayla the opportunity to take the run. She obviously has that option. She also has, she discussed the the little tap back. So she likely wouldn't be able to throw enough weight to remove the rock
I think
on
you're
the
probably
hearts,
giving
but
like
at least
0
move it
ice.
behind.
Yeah, which wouldn't accomplish the goal really, because the rock that's currently on the button wouldn't go far enough to make that side red one count. That's buried behind the corner. So I think this is the right call.
Close. Yep.
The intern run back.
Whoa! Yep. Yep.
You sense some emotion in the line call here. And she's able to get rid of that shot stone. Unfortunately for Kayla, it does stay in the side of the 4-foot.
Yeah, I'm seeing. We just gotta.
At least she can score now. So that it didn't accomplish all of the goal that they wanted, but at least she can score.
As long as it's all the way under. If we're dead buried, you
Yes,
can
a
be
pretty
top
good
4.
result.
Okay,
You know,
if we're half buried, top
I would
8.
say the odds of you at least getting to the extra end have gone way up with Kayla making that shot.
Oops, sorry. There you go.
Like a 15 here?
Yeah, well, 15 even. You got it. Nice and sharp.
Same as what I threw on this draw. Is probably good. Hey?
Casey
Yeah,
Scheidegger
I think that's great.
attempting to draw around. It looks like just biting the top of the 4,
Yeah,
maybe
just
getting
nice
to
and
the
sharp.
full 4 around the center guards.
Is to be second shot and in a spot that doesn't set up a double.
So a pretty good steal opportunity for Casey here with her last rock in the 10th.
Like it. I didn't have as much as I wanted. I think you gotta go.
Gotta
You gotta go.
Weight's good.
Okay, room.
Weight's good. We're max.
Room.
We're
It's
max.
not a curl right now.
Max.
Where?
Deep.
You
T-line.
gotta be top 4. Taylor, always.
Make
Just
it good,
Keeper
Taylor.
is liking this, thinking
No,
it's there
no, I
already.
don't like it. Taylor, go. Bury it. Bury it. Go.
Kate calling them to bury the rock.
Taylor, bury it. Go. 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 Go.
Putting it right on the hearts. A fantastic managed shot there by the front end of Team Scheidegger.
I don't know.
High fives between sisters over beside the sheet.
Ash. Like, what about
So
if
Jeff,
we
it looks
threw
like you
this
can
with
see
control?
about a quarter of the stone, max.
We probably need
Yeah,
more,
that's
hey?
it's
probably
she's
need
in
normal,
tough
but
here
it's
to
good.
score, let alone
Yeah.
get the 2. She's looking at the double right now. I'm not sure she can see enough of it to make that. The run that she just threw is there.
Yeah, that's fair.
She'd
You know,
probably have
Jeff,
to
if
throw a
she-
little
if she
less
doesn't
weight.
have to hit very
It's
much of that
dead.
stone. That double might be accessible.
It might
for
be,
2.
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It wins you the game.
We're
And
not
it
shot,
looks
yeah.
like if they were to just
we
get
are.
to the face
I
of
think
that
we would
stone, they would still be sitting for
literally-
shot rock.
I don't know. Yeah.
So obviously you can't do one or the other. It's
I
a
think we're
it's a
throwing
big
normal
decision
at
if you're
this.
playing this.
Like the tap's almost, it's not really, I'm basically throwing the draw to side button.
Yeah, the tap is tough.
The
That's
tap's
fair.
like insane.
On that turn.
So we're either throwing the draw to side button or we're throwing this thin double.
I think whatever you're comfortable with then.
Okay, let's
like
throw the
whatever
thin
you're
double.
Kayla's
No.
No.
giving her team the options. They're saying draw the side of the
Carve it
hearts
past the
for
left.
1 and
Yeah.
take the chances in the extra
You
end,
have time, Kale.
or let's just put the game on the line. Let's hit a piece of this rock that's sitting there on the top 4. Get rid of both yellows and book your ticket to Kamloops.
Well, they obviously think this is there and she can make it, or they wouldn't call it. So it's just really precise, but the upside is the win. So
We can change our minds if we want.
No, I don't think so. We got
I'm
it.
good with whatever you like.
Kayla Skrlik,
Normal.
7-0 through the round robin of play. Her first Alberta Scotties final here. A shot for the win.
9. Brent!
Very close. And she has made it.
Wow.
Kayla Skrlik. A fantastic double take out there to win the Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
What a shot! Unbelievable. Kayla Skrlik.
And the crowd is going wild here in Wetaskawin. That's a Wetaskawin, folks, for Kayla Skrlik.
What a finish.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness. You can see the emotion there with the hugs between teammates.
Holy shit.
Ashton and Kayla playing together
Oh, we're going to wine country.
ever since they started curling.
Oh, I wish I would have.
Growing up in Falher, Alberta, the Peace Country is going to have at least 2 members of Team Alberta. What a fantastic shot.
Unbelievable.
I was like, never
Called
mind.
and made. Just incredible. The level of difficulty on that shot is insane. How good is that?
Nothing like
And the line call by Jerry-Lynn Ramsey. Oh my goodness, to have them carving that rock in, just getting by the guard. And the sweep by Brittany Tran. And this team was the team to beat all week, not losing once on their trek to now the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Amazing. Amazing. What a game. Hard to find a more entertaining curling game than that, Jay. Wow.
I knew where the center line was, and I was like, no.
This team will remember that last shot for their lifetimes, I'm sure. Their first Scotties appearance for both Skrlik sisters, Ashton and Kayla.
Thanks.
And first Alberta jacket, I think, for Brittany Tran and Jerry-Lynn Ramsey at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts. And
undefeated through the entire event and just winning it with class. What a shot. What a game, like, overall, and full credit to Team Scheidegger. Like, they put up such a good fight, and I think they may have thought that it was theirs in the end there, and it's always difficult to lose, but when a shot like that's made, it's pretty easy to tip your hat to the winners and congratulate them. And they'll likely see each other in the Scotties.
Yes, the odds are in at least Team Scheidegger's favor, but you have to go over and look at the runner-ups in this event, Team Scheidegger. They put on a valiant performance with they were in control going into that last shot. I mean, the odds weren't good for Kayla to make that, and Kayla said that the odds really don't matter as long as you make it.
Well, there's 4 shots that I'll look to in that game. The run back in the third end for 2. Just the amazing execution there. And then her freeze in the 9th end to take away the 3 score, and it could have been 4 if that was missed, which would seal the game. Made that perfect. Her first 1 in 10 to give them space to even have the opportunity to win the game, and then that last shot. Just all amazing. All of it.
Yeah, chills going down my spine as I saw that rock coming to fruition there. You see the broom tosses by the front end, just a classic celebration from Team Skrlik. You could just tell how much this game meant to them, and the opportunity to go to the Scotties Tournament of Hearts is something that I think every female curler dreams of. To see them be able to do that with such a clutch shot, it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's storybook. It's unbelievable.
As we approach our closing ceremonies here at the Co-op Place in Wetaskawin, I have to thank our chair of our organizing committee, Robin Gerard. She put on a fantastic event here, as you see her standing next to the hearts there on our trophy podium. I'd also love to thank Lindsay Birch, Ted Appleman, and Matt Yo, host committee event managers, helping run this show.
Please rise, take your hats off for the city of Oakland.
as we have Michael Latterroot, Curling Alberta's championship coordinator, as well as Brittany Anderson, Curling Alberta's championship coordinator.
Round of applause to our silver and gold medalists. All right. To have Robin help with the medal presentations. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to our silver medalist, Team Skrlik. Sorry, Team Scheidegger.
Team Scheidegger, a great week all week. Just ran into storybook performance there by Kayla Skrlik in the final.
She just wouldn't be denied. Like, just every time she had to make a clutch shot, she made it.
Coach Joan McCusker.
Joan McCusker joining this squad a few years ago. Wetaskawin, the city of Wetaskawin, has just put on a phenomenal show here this week at the Alberta Scotties.
Curling Alberta's championship coordinator to officially close the 2023 Sentinel Storage
I'm
Alberta
sure we
Scotties
will be
tournament
back
of
here
Hearts.
for another Curling Alberta provincial in the future. They've just been spectacular all week.
Inspire the curlers of today and tomorrow. Events like this, the Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts, showcase the beautiful host town, its capable and passionate volunteers, and of course the superb athletic performances and sportsmanship need no inspiration to be where we are today. We are grateful to all the people who played a role in bringing the 2023 Sentinel Storage Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts to life here in Wetaskawin. Our most sincere thanks to the City of Wetaskawin, the Province of Alberta, for their continued commitment to enhancing the quality of life in our local community and beyond, and for graciously supporting our sport. To the Wetaskawin Curling Club, the host committee, and staff, our crew umpires, the very skilled team of ice technicians, and the many, many passionate volunteers working so hard behind the scenes. Thank you. In Alberta, in a town like Wetaskawin, community is everything. This event is a perfect example of Albertans and the communities coming together to achieve great things in the name of our sport. I would like to pay special tribute to the host committee chair, Robin Gerard, the event chairs, and all the members of our organizing team. Congratulations on what you and your team have been able to do here. Further to this, I would like to acknowledge our corporate partners, both local and provincial. None of this would be possible without their support and those who have rallied around us. While I'm indebted to every single sponsor, I'd like to offer a special thanks to our provincial sponsor, Sentinel Storage. Although they cannot be here today, their partnership is an exciting milestone in the development of this iconic event and for female sport. And again, although Kruger Products, as represented by the Scotties and our co-title sponsor, was unfortunately unable to join us this afternoon, I'd still like to express our appreciation for their long-time support. Lastly, on behalf of Curling Alberta, our board of directors, and all of us here today, congratulations to all of the athletes and coaches on your achievement in earning your way to these championships and to what an amazing week of curling. We are grateful for the athletes and coaches for allowing us to take part in this championship and for your shining example of what sportsmanship and athleticism is. Good luck to Team Skrlik in February at the Scotties. We know you will represent us well. This now concludes our medal presentation. So to all, thank you. Have a great evening and safe travels home, wherever that may be.
Thank you.
As we again recognize Team Scheidegger, finalists here at the Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts. And they will make way for our champions here, Team Skrlik. Receiving plaques with the Scotties Hearts, as well as the Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts trophy. So many people to thank, Jeff. You know, we have obviously our chair of the organizing committee, Robin Gerard. We have the staff at the Alberta Curling Series staff, Ted Appleman, Matt Yo, Lindsay Birch, just making sure that everything here is run as smoothly as we can. And we've seen Wetaskawin accept all the curlers with open arms, the volunteers that they produced to run this event. It was a show from day one. You know, the on ice lounge, original 16's on ice lounge. Our support from Sentinel Storage, Kruger Products. As you see, Kayla and Ashton's dad celebrating their win. And, you know, Team Skrlik with all of their families in attendance here. The crowd wasn't one-sided. There were cheers for both teams.
Yeah, it seemed to be actually really even. When a good shot was made, that's when we heard cheering. It didn't matter who it was for, which is what you want to see.
Yes, this team running through the field. Perfect 8-0 record. It was a dream week for Team Skrlik. And as we see the celebrations, I think it's about time for us to sign off. Thank you to all of our commentators in the past. We've had Ted Appelman, Adam Enright, Evan Van Amsterdam, and us two in the booth for today's final. We have Jeff Hofford and myself, Jason Ginter. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for our next broadcast for the Alberta Curling Boston Pizza Cup Men's Provincials in 3 weeks' time. Thank you all for watching.
Need extra space? We rocket storage. Try 4 weeks free at a location near you. Sentinel Storage, proudly Canadian and proud sponsor of the 2023 Alberta Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
This is where the focus comes into play. Look at that.
Canada, say hello to your new champions.
Proudly pulling for this generation of Canadians and the next for over 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.